just pumped out. But then we all
Might
ran
be
out
able
of
to
time.
taste dangerous.
Don't
Yeah?
worry
No,
about it.
Well,
just
no,
apple
so, like,
pear.
Seriously.
To me,
well, no, I want to know what
the
your
best
plan
way I
is.
could describe that is
I'll
like if it
explain
was
to
like
you once
really
we get
hot
off
outside,
camera.
Okay.
putting that on a big ass
Because
cup
it's,
of
It's
like
that
crushed
type of shit.
ice and water would
No.
is
It's not
really,
that type
really
of shit.
good.
I just don't want other people.
It's like refreshing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant by that type of shit.
Oh, okay. I thought
Okay.
you meant like illegal.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the
Look,
ass.
the only thing illegal I fucked with in life was marijuana, and it's not illegal
I
anymore.
thought until I got to that point, I was like, oh.
Kind of. Depending on where. Medically speaking, but they would take it away. I wouldn't go to jail for it.
Sorry, I'm not willing to get high. You can just have to fucking give up my 2A.
Oh, that's fair.
I like my guns.
No, different life states, though. That's a debate I
J-Mo,
can understand.
After you quit mixing that cocaine in there,
Yeah.
will you kill the light?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shit
to
was-
me, that's dude. And what's really funny is I used to be like, oh man, I can't wait till they legalize pot. Had kids, and now it's like, I don't want to be
No,
in
wait,
that kind
like-
of an altered state of mind with my children
You tell
around.
me about this though. Like you tried it years
That's like
later
real
after your
shit.
kids got older,
Yeah, well, yeah.
and it wasn't the same, right?
Well,
That
it
shit
didn't
was-
help the shit that I
Give me a
had wasn't all that
pump
great
off.
either. I had gotten it from
Oh!
what's her name at work.
Oh, it's not that great, huh?
No, she even said later on,
Sorry.
she was like, yeah, it wasn't all that
Alexa,
great, the shit that I
Don't worry. But, no, that's real
You know
shit,
what? I think I still got her contact in my phone.
I don't know, if you got, like, job, kids,
Alexa.
stuff like that, that's more important.
Alexa,
You know, like, I'm not in that state of a
Well-
situation. So, my options
Dude,
have been
you got
shit.
you got.
He's like, Alexa, fuck.
I know.
Work.
It's been
For
I've-
some reason, she thought I said start gaming.
for the last I don't
Like,
know how many
the-
fucking
First
years. I have been like in a constant state of always being dizzy and lightheaded and shit.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like,
Dude, I'm
yeah.
glad I'm glad I had already left when you were driving the scrubber that night. They said you fell off of it or some shit.
I never fell off the fucking scrubber. Oh,
I don't know.
what?
I don't know.
Somebody, Quantico. Tico was the one who gave me.
You're right.
Yep, she gave me.
She's
She
cool
has,
as shit. wonder
I
what
still
she's-
once in a great fucking while I get a random phone call from her. She's like, "What are you up to?" And I'm like, "The fuck are you up to,
Is she
Tico?"
still at Walmart?
Don't know.
Because her main plan, like back in the day when we were working there and shit, her main thing, she wanted to start a funeral.
She want to start
See
a
her back.
funeral home?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
What kind of goal in life?
I mean, some people
I
are
wanna start a
geared
funeral
towards
home.
that. My old lady has no issue seeing dead people. It's like I don't.
I don't think it would really fuck me up. I've seen a few people go out. Like, I've seen some car wrecks and shit, but like,
No, these are like. She works. She's an LPN, and she works.
oh shit, she's seen some shit.
She works out at the Arkansas Health Center in Haskell.
Hmm.
And I mean, you know, see a dude who's been dead for who knows how long.
Yeah.
Text her and they're doing CPR and hear that first crunch of them ribs getting
ribs, yeah.
crushed.
That's what they never tell you about CPR too, is that
Oh.
you gotta break the ribs.
Yeah, if you're not breaking ribs, you're not doing CPR right. Especially on old folks.
No thanks.
Like sometimes it's better just to let them die than to revive them because they get fucking jacked.
I can't imagine what that would be like because, like,
Oh man.
if I sleep weird, my ribs start hurting. I can't imagine if they were broken because it'll hurt for like
I mean, either side of that.
until I can move just right until it pops back in.
I don't have the sack to push on someone's chest hard enough to hurt them, let alone break their ribs. Even in that problem situation.
And
I'm
I
a
think
panic.
about it too. There's nothing you can do for them. There's you can't like.
Like,
set 'em in
motherfucker, if I'm choking on a piece of
cast,
ass
you
gum,
can't-
yo.
Yo, it's better fucking
Well, that's different. I'm gonna do is different. CPR is like when you're on top.
No,
Yeah.
CPR, like Heimlich maneuver is one thing. CPR is another. What is it? Oh, got it.
Dang, man, he's all flexible and shit.
So if you don't like the flavor, it won't hurt my feelings.
Oh no, yeah, this is
I don't
actually
remember-
good.
Got the
I don't remember how good the pear
It's
apple
decent.
stuff is.
If you people have not checked this out, we got G Fuel stuff. Ducky's trying to pimp it out, even though we're not sponsored. or nothing.
Well,
Even though we're
like
not.
this.
hey,
This
Hey,
is
do you feel-
starter.
as a
Did you
diabetic,
feel-
it's hard
like-
to find shit that tastes good that
Good
doesn't have that
flavors.
shitty
Oh, yeah.
aftertaste.
Well,
for
fuck
for
you up.
sure, like 0 calorie, no sugar, anything like that. It's really good, like because I don't like diet shit. And again, we're not
That's
sponsored, but this is the
Introducing
first shit that I'll actually mix and drink and I actually like. JMO's doing that all up in the face camera stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I look on the screen there and he's like,
Zoom in, zoom out.
Can you getting that? Is that good?
take it down a little bit.
I want them to see my
There you go.
forehead.
There you go. Oh, they can see it. Oh, they can
Oh,
see it.
that's
Oh, wait. Got star fruit. It's got sour fazeberry.
Face clean.
oh those guys.
Yeah, they've got a shitload of flavors.
Did you hear the? Did you hear
Those
those
guys.
guys?
No, I'm cool. These guys.
Sour blue chug rug.
That dude, that's my jam. It's basically sour blueberry.
Chug rug. What?
That's what we're drinking.
Golden apple
I saw
Kia.
blue.
You got all kinds of weird flavors too. Ice Shattered. That's the what you said. That's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's the Sub-Zero flavor.
Oh,
Have you
shit.
tried it? Is
Yeah.
it good?
Yeah, that's the one I told you. It's like it's some sort of a fruit lemonade, but I can't place the fruit.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
would it
good.
be better than the star fruit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I like the citrus and sours more. The star fruits.
I'm gonna try it. He said, like it's for a woman because it's got a woman on it.
Well, most of the flavors I got, I bought the individual packs before I bought the tub to try them. Starfruit was one when they were doing a buy one get one at the end of summer, where I just picked that one up because.
Did you break this one off too? This one gone.
Yeah, I've already had a
He
couple.
breaks them off because he fills up his shit. And
Well,
like,
the thing is I've got
2-gallon
one
milk
at
jugs.
home saved to where, like, if I'm doing a 20-ounce bottle of water at home, I can pop the thing back on there.
I just said 2-gallon milk jugs. Like that's a thing.
Wasn't until I moved to the south that I realized they had
It was
3-liter
the same.
bottles.
It's the same thing as bubble gum in a dish.
That's such a good one. We gotta have the sound bites.
Yeah.
Admittedly, in the middle of a podcast, it could get a little weird, but
Oh no! At the beginning of last podcast, it got a little weird. Everybody should go back and watch that.
gosh,
Good stuff.
or
That's real
That
good
one you're
stuff.
going to want a full-on
Does
scoop
anyone
because that one,
like
the
coffee?
flavor's not
Like-
super strong.
I'm like, what?
I don't even know how we got. I think Caitlin started it. She's
Yeah.
like,
She
did
did.
you guys hear about Tiger Woods' crash?
She started. And
The
then
only reason
see,
why I heard that is because when I get up every morning, I go to MSN.com's front page and just flip through all their headlines. for the day.
Everybody, all people care about.
why are you calling me? Cryptic's calling me, everybody.
I'm on my way.
Hello.
That was exactly what she said. And then she's gonna
She
get
said
here
the
and she's
same
gonna be
thing
like,
that
"Why'd
you
y'all
said.
park on the side?"
Watch
Yeah.
out, park on the side.
Um. Okay. We're here. I didn't tell her we started already
Whoops.
on purpose.
You'd be all right.
You know, I was trying to make that argument for a point.
What's that?
Tiger Woods. Oh yeah, there was an absolute point. It just flew over your head because you have the whole California mindset.
From California.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can be not from a place and have the same mindset. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not from Canada, but apparently I have a Canadian mindset.
hey,
Hey, that's a really nice person.
It's not what I'm talking about. We'll all go to Timmy's for a 2-4.
no, my main point was just that, like, even like our culture right now is so messed up, in my opinion. Don't cancel it. That even if it got to the point where a guy walked into his house, even a normal person or a celebrity or what the fuck ever, and told his wife he got raped, 9 times out of 10, the wife is not going to believe him. Automatically say that he cheated. He's just giving that as an excuse to get away with it. and she's still going to divorce and leave him and take the kid and have to. That was my point.
Yeah, I don't.
You did not see
I
that.
think the generalization there is pretty high, but I can see how that like our culture itself has led to that.
Nine
honestly,
times out of 10.
no, I'm not
I don't
saying that
think nine
that's the
times out
way
of
it is
10.
now. I'm saying that's the way it's probably been for the last 30 years.
Oh yeah, probably.
Because
It's just more. I think social
it's-
media has made it more mainstream.
It's the same thing as like, okay, a male teacher has sex with a minor, female minor, and man, that dude's getting raked over the fucking coals.
Yeah. Oh yeah. and
Female
jail for
teacher
years and
Starts
years.
playing with students and all. Yeah, you go, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like a cultural difference there. Too. No, it's true. He's not wrong at all. Like I'm not disagreeing. It's just like that's like the type more like niche fucked up shit. Not like a celebrity just going and banging a bunch of chicks. I get that.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
just saying on the same aspect.
Well, I mean, you could say the
It-
same thing of like,
Okay, but listen, it's really hard for me to like because you believe in full up marriage, gay, straight, what the fuck ever, right?
I'm mainly for like not religious at all, more the like tax deductions people get, and that's like why the argument was there. Like, so two gay dudes can't get married, then they're not going to get any tax benefits on that at all.
Mhm.
That was my argument. But me religiously, I'm agnostic.
Right. But
So there's no,
I'm
like-
just saying,
yeah.
If you were to get married, let's say, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
If
yeah,
you were,
maybe.
you still understand the premise behind being faithful.
Yeah, the union. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, there's also like a ton of morals for me there that are there personally.
Okay.
And like so it gets to what you're saying with like if say I was to get with a woman, which we already just know that wouldn't
Even
happen.
that.
But what I'm saying is like, and that were to happen to me and I was to go there, if I didn't create a foundation with that person that would be good enough that they would be willing to support me, then to me it's just a bullet dodged.
Okay, well let's just say that you were to marry a man, right?
Yeah, that's what
And same premise, same setup.
yeah.
You're together, like that person is, your everything.
Yeah.
Right? And then all of a sudden, you blow up on Twitch.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go with you to all the big events and stuff like that.
I mean that's kind of it depends on like
After
the
every
situations.
single event, you get hit up by all these guys.
Look,
No, I'm just saying.
me specifically, that shit doesn't work with me. Like it really doesn't.
I'm not saying it would work with you.
No, I get what you mean. I'm like literally my like opinion on that shit. If I'm literally with someone like that and we've gotten to that point and then I was to blow up Twitch famous, the blowing up Twitch famous would have been the next part out of that. Being in a relationship with someone like that to me would be grounds more important than any crony I could meet afterwards or anything like that, you know? But like I was also raised to have just different options. Like I can right now I could go and get a job at any restaurant I want as a job.
Right.
It's a backup plan. I'm in college for fun.
Yeah.
Like to learn, maybe it'll create opportunities. But none of exactly like the stream and all this like playing games. This is all a great hobby and it leads to something. And that's what's cool about it is it can lead to something insane, right?
About to.
Dude, yeah. And so like the picking that shit up and the hype with that's awesome. And that's what I mean. So like
wait till you guys see. Wait till you guys see what I did after the stream.
oh,
I've been working my ass off for you guys. You have no idea. Anyway,
I'm big hype. I think
moving
just
on.
create your options.
What was that look?
Mhm. I'm not part of that inside track.
I
I'm
know.
just I'm the
You
third
shit
wheel.
me?
Mhm.
Stream shit, man.
The more the merrier, dude.
You're
I think you'd have a
home.
great time.
As
Yeah,
much as
I'm
they are.
home. I
As much
also
as they are.
I have very much life running responsibility
I
at home.
understand
Kids and
that
shit, too.
completely. You do this for 3
No.
months, and you got enough
Don't you
money
have like
built to where you can
a
hire
couple-month-old
babysitter.
kid?
I have 4 kids, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like the
I have
youngest
one
is,
that requires constant supervision, and
Yeah.
she's never going to really grow out of it.
I
So
understand that.
No.
I'm
Which-
just saying.
middle child
Listen,
or the one that was just born.
no, the youngest.
Oh,
I'm just saying. You do this for 3-4 months, you start making enough money that you can hire a babysitter where you can do this still 3-4 hours a day. Shit tons of money, man.
What I recommend is just experiment with it, and like a good person to talk to about managing time with stuff like kids and all of it. Lava, like I think he's got like 3
Yeah.
kids and a kid who was just born or something. She's really young, and he still manages his time pretty well.
I mean, he does.
But-
he does have help.
If you don't
Lots of
like doing it, people aren't going to enjoy watching you as
Mhm.
much. You know what I mean?
I
Like, so if it's not something you would enjoy, I wouldn't do it because then it'd be
The thing is,
I mean, you of all people know best, dude. I go like if I'll get hooked on a game and play till I'm like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah,
And then I'll drop off for literally months, if not a
Yeah.
year or more at a time.
for sure. But the thing about you with something like this is it's almost like you were born to do it.
Well, and you
You're
think
kind
about
of a
like
natural. If you're playing with somebody else, I have had more laughing playing games with you than anyone else on the planet.
also like we were talking about Division 2 a little while ago,
Mhm.
and you knew the individual numbers and drops. People love hearing about that shit.
Oh my god!
People love hearing about like where you can get certain drops for shit, certain like numbers of what they turn into, and like
It's just
builds.
because I'm lazy and I don't want to find. I'm not
Exactly.
going to go.
What do you think
YouTube,
everybody else
here
is,
we
dude?
go.
Like, shit.
All right, this guy's done it. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
This
but
should
other-
drop from here.
It's just another name to get more of it out there. It's like, well, as if you're someone's watching you and they don't know that, and then they hear you talk about it. Well, shit, that's a sub, dude. Like that motherfucker's gonna be like, oh shit, this dude, I'm gonna drop a follow because he said that. That was lit. Holy fuck.
I mean, you know how this works.
I do.
You're subbing to plenty of people. You know,
You're also gonna have assholes running too, and I recommend you just have fun with those fuckers.
too.
Well, no. I'm so. Do you?
It's okay. Mix it up.
Well, no, not a pay sub, but I'm only ever pay sub to one person.
If you have Twitch Prime, you get a free one every month.
Oh no, I don't.
Hey,
Where's my camera? It's okay. I'm cool with not being on camera.
here, wait.
I was gonna
There you
say.
go.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
yeah,
Cryptic in the
You're good.
right there.
Yeah.
I stole some food, by the way.
I should
Holy crap!
go for it. I wasn't eating any of it because my daughter who made it said something about the rice being crunchy. So
Crunchy.
What's wrong with
rice.
crunchy rice?
Yeah.
It just means it makes good for fried rice later.
Oh, I really crunched that one.
God,
There was a crunch to that.
dude, I made these zucchini and green squash roasted veggies that pre-made. Well, I mean, it was pre-packaged. I just put the whole thing in the oven,
Hell yeah.
and it tasted like they sprinkled freaking sand on it. I was like, "This is so." No, it had a really off-putting crunch. Like I ate a couple bites, and I'm like, "Nope." Scraped it into the trash.
An off-putting crunch.
Well, when you're eating roasted vegetables, they're not
Yeah.
supposed to crunch like that.
It's the
Yeah, I
specific
know that was a
crunch.
total just derail the train.
I mean, what are we doing right now? This is
That's called dodging a situation.
I mean, I guess
that
we
was
can break down how to appropriate.
That's what
this.
I.
talking about
That's
shit rabbits eat and stuff. I mean, it's great.
the type of shit rabbits eat, along with that fucking 19-ounce rare ribeye that I ate with it, huh? Oh, Mr. Ketchup.
I love ketchup.
Will you put ketchup on your steak?
Oh yes.
I even
That's-
cooked him
Oh,
one
no, it was
and let him
hilarious.
put
It
ketchup
was
on it in
hilarious. It
front
was
of me.
hilarious. He calls me.
It's like
He's
ripping
like,
my fucking heart out in front of me.
I need help with this computer thing or something. You just come look at it. I'm like, okay. So I'll cook you a steak. You can come over to like today. I was like, okay, you got ketchup? First
I'm not cooking your steak.
I ain't cooking you no steak.
Not only do you have ketchup, but can you make
I would
it?
get
Can you
fired.
cook it well done?
No,
Can
no.
I?
I'm just
I
like,
said medium well.
I
no,
can cook
that's
it however you
I
want
mean,
it. It's gonna hurt while
let's
I do
see.
it.
Stab you in your chest or stab you just a little bit left of center.
I'm sorry.
Either way, you're
I'm
getting
probably
stabbed.
the only fucking man on the planet that's not like a steak guy.
I mean,
It's not. I would rather have
You want it well done? You be sitting there.
Fish is good. Okay, I can jam on fish.
I would rather have fish any day of the week than a steak.
I like fish too.
Well, you get a well-done tuna fillet. Are you putting fucking ketchup on that?
Well done tuna.
That would just smell horrible.
Ugh.
Roasted.
I don't eat tuna fillet. I just eat the shit
Let's go Doug Nelson.
I don't really
Put it in the
like tuna, though.
microwave first.
Did you see that video?
No. Which one?
The one where the dude, like it's recent, dude's opening a can of shit for like fish, like overseas.
Oh, okay.
He's
Okay.
got
Is it
two boys with him?
is it one of those challenges where they're like opening that Norwegian
Yep,
specialty?
Trying to eat it.
Oh.
It was nothing but him puking like every 5
Oh,
seconds.
yeah.
Every time he tried, puke.
Yeah, I've seen that. And then to add insult to injury on that one, there's guys that'll chug like a half gallon of milk and then try and eat some of that shit.
No, that's.
And I was like, my brother sent that to me. He's like, this is so funny. I'm like,
I
no,
can't do.
it's
throwing.
not.
It's just like
This is disgusting.
Like, no,
People are
see, at
hurting
first,
themselves.
with his two boys out there, I was like, okay, it's going to be bad. And then I was like,
It's the only downside of the powders. Sometimes you get a little powder in
you
the
gotta
bottom.
wait till it dries.
yeah.
But
I like a little cocaine with my water.
he had his 2 kids out there, and then when he opened it, like as soon as he cracked it, he started dry heaving.
Oh.
As soon as he cracked it, he can't. I can't imagine what this stuff smells. I never want to smell. But
You can't.
and I thought it was like disgusting too when he started like getting on. But he tried for a good 4 minutes.
Why?
And he kept puking. Like the longer he did it, the funnier it got.
Oh.
I'll say that.
After a while, your stomach's like, dude, I'm gonna kill you now.
Yep.
I mean,
Still
he
like
was.
that.
It looked like he was just puking water over and over and over.
That's like the one they get the celebrities and they get the gross food and then they ask them questions and they don't want to answer. Those are great. And if they can't answer, they have to eat like what the other person chooses for them off this table. Just fucked up shit. Those are always fun to watch.
This reminds me of something. I don't know what.
It's a fruity lemonade, but it's hard to place what the hell the fruit is.
Right.
And it's just called Ice Shatter. But it's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some.
Yeah, there's like
I brought all my flavors.
a bunch of different flavors. So
Okay.
I'm just
Whatever
sad
you
I'm
think
all
is
out of
good.
green apple because I guess they're either not making it anymore or
she had a thing down there.
And it's all.
I will in a minute. Yeah, it's all G Fuel. It's all
I'm
sugar
gonna
free.
take mine slow. I already drank some coffee when I got here.
Dude,
About
one
to drink
scoop
G
is like not a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, but this is me with Doc.
We got to see Jamal's forehead up close and perfect.
That was
There
another
you
one.
go. That was good.
Powder.
We just got to see Duckies because he just did it when he screwed up.
Dude, I can't. Okay, the weight that I have lost came straight out of my ass, and I can't sit for very long without having to squirm because my tailbone starts to hurt.
You lost it in the worst place.
Exactly. Why can't it come out from?
Oh, you know,
My wife's like, "That's the last place it's going to come off."
You
You shut
should-
the hell up.
You know, you should
Oh, yeah.
get some tips. Like get on Twitter, tweet Kim Kardashian, and see what the fuck
Oh,
she did.
God.
And you just copy what she did.
They're just gonna
I don't need stuff injected in my ass.
Yeah, spent 50 grand at a plastic surgeon.
Is that all?
However
Dude, that
much,
ain't even
man.
scratching what this guy cost.
Is that a
Um,
cat? Our cat? What is that? Pacemaker?
Oh no, I'm a pacemaker. Which I have to actually go back in and either get my batteries replaced for that or get a new one put in.
Oh, shit.
But no, this is. I'll just show you the little card. It actually has a card with fucking.
I don't know if our streamers want to see this.
What? It's not like gross.
I know it's not gross. I mean, actually, a lot of them might not even fucking know about it.
What do we got?
That's
What an
just-
LVAD actually is. That
The LVAD program.
no, I mean the little picture on there is literally what it is. It's
Yeah.
they cut a hole in the bottom of the left side of my heart and they plug
Oh,
it
shit.
a pump in there, and the pump has a tube coming out that runs into the top of like the main ventricles of the heart, and it pulls all the blood out of the left side of my heart through that pump and pressurizes it to where I'll have like almost normal heart like blood pressure, and pushes it back through the veins
Ugh.
because the left side of my heart's pretty much like almost dead.
They plug it with a tampon.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
But yeah, this is my battery pack in the little controller unit,
Hmm.
and I've got a tube that runs into my abdomen here that
I gotta say, I like seeing the green.
Oh, shit.
plugs into the
What's
bottom.
that one for?
It's almost up, put together.
No, what stock was that?
Yeah, it's all of them put together. All the little
Oh,
all
on
of them
your
that I
stuff.
bought
Yeah.
put together.
Shit, about to be something soon.
I don't know what I'm doing, but
Yeah.
it's working.
Oh, shit. We started
Wait a minute.
started a stock page on the Discord.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I saw you mention something about that.
Yeah, I put it up this morning.
Stonks. Stonks. You should have clicked over. Or does it say that?
It just says stocks.
It says stocks.
Slash crypto.
I mean, I can put crypto, but
I
I mean, it's kind of the same. Well, not necessarily the same, but it's an investment. Why don't I just go put investments on there?
I mean,
slash stonks.
Just put stonks.
Just say it like you mean it.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. No, it'd be great. Everybody
Yeah.
knows what that is.
It'll end up being the meme that
What a song.
yeah. Gonna blow up and get some money, then what? Stonks. That's what you gonna say.
You'll get the song.
We'll have an audio you doing that every time somebody gets in that channel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stonks.
Stonks. Jesus.
No extra money for me at all goes to healthcare bullshit.
Ain't there yet. Close.
Maybe next 20 years, America will drop your free healthcare.
And look,
The moment we realize we can get that, we're never going to go back.
they'll never do free healthcare. They just won't. Too much money to be made.
Yeah.
Nobody's willing to walk away from that much money.
Privatize prescriptions. Privatize medicine. Privatize
Jokes
practices.
on America. If I die, I die.
Yeah, right.
I'm one less soul to worry about.
Just leave my family in crunching debt. It's perfect.
I'm not complaining, dude. My old lady's got good damn insurance. All of this, my surgery alone for this was $600,000, of which I have to pay $800.
Month?
No, that's it.
Oh, only. Oh, shit. Well, fuck. That's
My
good.
insurance covered like 99% of it.
Yeah.
But
good
that's
shit.
just the surgery. I still have
Yeah.
to pay. I have anesthesiologist bills.
Yeah.
I have hospital bills. But yeah, and I mean this is just the first surgery because once I get my BMI down enough and I keep my blood sugar down low enough, I'll actually be eligible for a heart transplant.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
Something
So-
that just dawned on me.
And that's even more.
I'm curious. Okay, so if the insurance companies pay for all of our medical expenses and stuff,
Oh,
well,
What they cover.
the gross amount, you know, most of it. Where does that money come from? Just the taxes? Like, I mean, 'cause we don't already
No,
do
no, no,
that.
no,
but
no.
Where's the
The easiest way to break it down is use
Okay.
Walmart as an example.
Okay.
Walmart has Blue Cross Blue Shield amongst other ones, but figure they have like a couple million employees.
Yeah.
Every employee, every paycheck is paying anywhere from $50 to like $200 or $300 every paycheck in to the insurance company.
Hmm.
So every 2 weeks, anywhere from $50 to like $250 from over 1 million people.
Right.
that's just one company.
That's
And then
one.
if you go with something like
And you've got
No.
no.
We're
Like
talking
Blue
about
Cross
that
Blue
shit.
Shield also represents. Like I have Blue Cross Blue Shield through the state, so I mean they're getting that kind of payment just from their contract with Walmart. Then they get the same kind of payment from their contract with the state of Arkansas. Then they get the same. So
Yeah. And those
they
contracts are like
they
their
literally
employees'
have
insurance.
an ocean's worth of money coming in
Yeah.
every month, to which they pay a minuscule fraction out for
For-
people's medical expenses.
Okay. That makes sense.
I mean, it's
I just kind of thought about that for a second. Wait a minute, where did the insurance companies get the money?
It's the same.
Is it
as-
floating around in the thin air?
rotation.
Well,
they want
yeah.
to keep.
Yeah.
So they
It's
want
the
to get
same
the
as
top
your
side more than the
car
bottom.
insurance.
Right.
Mm,
Right.
Basically, it's if it's coming out of your paycheck though, like healthcare does, you have to go and actually pay
Right.
or pay the money. But yeah, fun stuff.
I mean, with most insurance, the more you pay, generally, the more that they're willing to cover the higher percentage. Like when I go into the hospital, I come out of pocket about $1,200.
Depends on the procedure.
I don't know. I can attest to that. I had to get my insurance actually covered. I had a little finger surgery though, not a heart surgery, but to reattach my tendons and
I've
my
got the
hand.
most bitching scar.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
See, I just got a little hand scar, like a little,
That's good.
like a bump out of it.
It's not just this too. The plug. I had tubes in me too for drainage
Oh fuck. Yeah.
for like a good week and a half.
All I had to
That's
pay out of pocket was like
I love how you're
$1,500.
so cool with talking about this.
Dude, are you kidding? Suck my own dick any day of the week.
I mean, his belly's in the way, so he has to
Oh,
go
God.
backwards.
Wait, Lava's got a scar too.
That's a fancy trick.
What's his?
Would you like to know how I got these scars?
That's not a scar, man. It's called a urethra.
I got a narrow urethra.
I was just thinking that. King of the Hill. Ooh, Maggie.
Damn it, Bobby.
Bobby.
Sell propane and propane accessories.
Can you do your Bill Clinton impression? Please.
No, I can't.
Just
I
wing
can't
it.
do it.
You can do it. I'm
Oh,
hyping
call.
you up. You're a bitch.
Hyping
I will never take you to get fucking food again.
Wait, do you say Monica during this impression?
You do, yeah.
Do it.
I did not have sexual relations. But I can't do it. Right? But my head's like,
No,
my head was
it's
close.
not
but-
bad.
You have been put on the
No, I can
spot.
actually hit it pretty on the tee, but when you get called out, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah. She don't recall.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, not that
Freak
anyone else,
Yeah.
not that anyone else wants to see,
Peek
but
with
Richard in
Everybody's-
everybody's
There
mind
you go.
would get fucked.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit, yeah. Jesus God. Dude, that's like my grandpa's. Dude, he had to get a heart bypass. They had to break his ribs open and shit.
I didn't get
They
my ribs
break-
broke,
Oh,
but
no, he had his shit broke open.
had so much fun. I'm gonna have it done again in probably a couple of years. Only this time I'm gonna get a new heart.
Oh, fuck that.
All the sours are really good.
All the sours
I'm
are.
really thinking
Well,
about
she's going through all the flavors.
Yeah.
The sours are good. The sour phase berry and the
I'm really thinking about
I think
this
you'll get
cherry
my
bomb.
ADD.
Do
What did
it.
everybody-
Ducky.
What did everybody get?
I did the sour blueberry.
Okay.
I'm sour blueberry all day long.
Got pear
Lava,
golden,
did you get my gift?
golden apple pear.
Not the gift to your
What'd you
place.
get,
Ooh, yeah.
Your Twitch gift.
He
He
did
did
the
start.
ice shatter.
Oh, no, ice
Ice
Yeah,
shatter's
the-
like a berry lemonade
Yeah.
of some sort. It's good.
I'm
It ain't
gonna
bad.
have cherry time.
Got a weird flavor. Makes me think of a less strong blueberry Jolly Rancher.
Okay. Yeah.
To me, that's what it tastes like.
Yeah. The blue raspberry. It's like the best one, too.
Yeah.
Blue ones. You just always steal them from
I
my math
disagree.
teacher. Nah, dude.
Like the red
You like the red ones? Which one? Wait, which red ones? The fruit punch or the cherry?
cherry fruit punch
What?
strawberry.
Jolly Rancher? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
cinnamon.
Oh,
Cinnamon?
Talking
I didn't even know
about-
they had one.
Fuck yeah. Jolly
Yeah,
Rancher. The hard
it's-
candy
it's-
Jolly Rancher, cinnamon all
Yeah.
the day
Yeah, they had a
long.
it's
cinnamon one.
almost like a red hot.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
No.
Used to have the challenge where you put it in the crease of your arm and you just hold that son of a chair as long as you could. Burn the shit out of your arm. The
Wow,
cinnamon in there.
okay,
Yeah.
Our generation wasn't stupid either.
No, we
were
just
wearing
we
cinnamon
had a whole lot less documentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you say? Do what now? What are we going to do?
red Smarties.
Did you ever? No, Jolly
Or
Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers.
The hard candy Jolly Ranchers, the cinnamon. Put it in the bend of your elbow and keep it there as long as you can before it starts to burn. Oh, you're a country boy. You're exempt.
Yeah, we did that shit with like rattlesnakes.
Well,
Uphill.
that's why there's
Yeah.
not
Down
many of
uphill,
you.
too.
Make my own damn shoes.
I remember fucking,
feed 12 cattle
Y'all do this without making a mess.
Didn't really.
Take your hand and put it in a cup around the top
I'm gonna go do this.
of the
Pretend-
water bottle.
Pretend the bottle's a dick.
That might help.
Wait, no, you don't put. Oh,
It'll hold it.
mm.
I think you're
Hold
thinking
it
way
and
too
pour.
fast.
And then you pour it.
You just pop the little cap on there,
That's
and
how
all
I
is
did it.
good. Or you just break the top off and use a bigger bottle.
Shit. Well, did anybody see anything new in the video game?
Did you ever
Video
watch?
game.
Did you ever watch the
That
trailer? I
dude?
kept
The trailer.
for Nobody.
Yes, I did see that.
Bob Odenkirk is fucking glorious in that one. And it got pushed back to being released sometime this month now instead of last. It was supposed to come out in theaters in last month.
Oh, I can't wait.
What movie?
Nobody.
Oh.
Not for the movie.
It's like a thriller.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
No, there's not. It's another John Wick
Oh,
with Bob
shit.
Odenkirk.
Okay. No, I don't know actor names like that. I just watched the like.
Who called Better Call Saul?
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Okay,
The
yeah,
lawyer.
I got you.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's Bob Odenkirk.
Okay. Shit.
Some bitch trained. He didn't train like the
Acting
weightlifting,
training.
but no, I mean he went through the same kind of gun training that Keanu Reeves has been through.
Yeah.
Because the producers of this one are the same ones that produced the John Wick series so far. And there's like supposed to be rumors that the two will
Coincide. It's the same
at some
bounty
point in
hunting
time,
universe
yeah.
and shit.
Which would be awesome to see.
It's pretty cool. I mean, like they've got comic books for it and stuff too. I fucked with some of those with like the John Wick universe and how all that works and shit. It's pretty cool.
I'm a lazy bastard. I still haven't seen the third one. I've owned the movie since it came out on Blu-ray, and I still haven't watched it. Dude, it's one of those where if I'm gonna watch it, I have
He
to.
got me into John Wick.
Yeah, he came over one day and I was like, "You guys gotta watch this." And he was like, "Yeah, whatever." Started watching. And he's like, "Hey, we're gonna go home and finish watching."
Nice.
We had to go pick up the kids or something.
Yeah.
Like that. So we had to leave.
Well, it's like I just started watching WandaVision.
Oh man,
Yeah, she's talking about watching that.
big fucking hype.
I like it so far.
No.
It's
Oh,
I
is it-
stopped
is it
I
good?
stopped
I like it a
watching
lot.
Kevin Smith and Mark Bernard do their podcast because they spoil the shit out of it
Not really.
every weekend, and I'm like, I don't want to know. I
Uh,
don't want to know.
Yeah,
I'm waiting until it's all out, and then I'm just gonna go.
It's
I just have to.
I think it's fixing to wrap up the
Yeah,
first
this one
season.
I
They
actually think they're doing pretty solid.
they're on the 8th or 9th episode.
I don't know.
Weren't they releasing 2 at a time, or they
No.
did 2 at
No, it's one.
first?
They did 2 at the first and then
Yeah.
1 every week. And yeah,
Supposedly the second season
Eight
is
out of 10.
questionable.
I would give it like
also
8.5.
the
8 out of
previews for
5.
Loki look good as shit too.
Dude, I'm kind of hyped about what they would do. That
I'm
one,
ready
too.
for that.
If they handle that like they handled
Yeah.
WandaVision, that would be cool. WandaVision, I like that one so much because they're actually following the comic books pretty well. It's like
Yeah.
how it went.
So
There's some
far.
stuff they've left out a little bit, but I mean, some stuff you just have to because they don't have as much like making room.
You have to trim the fat where it makes the most sense.
There's some shit I can get, but then like some shit like privatized with like Endgame and Infinity War,
Well,
and
it's
the
not
amount
just
of like
that. Just because it looks
people
good
missing.
on the
Oh.
page and it looks good in written word, doesn't always translate over to it's going to look good on screen.
yeah, I get that. What I mean is when you're gonna do something big time like fuck.
I thought he said big cunt.
I
Almost.
like my tongue caught.
Well, that's like in what you call it?
Caught in my mouth.
Not the Expendables. Fuck with the Joker.
Incredibles.
No, with the
Suicide
joke
Squad?
Suicide Squad.
Batman
Yes,
and Robin.
they did that one shot of her in her normal costume with the
Robbie, with the,
yeah. And they're like, yeah, that
Margot.
something.
Yeah, Margot Robbie.
it. They did it just as like a
really good.
fan service. Just that one shot of her wearing her normal costume like she does in the series,
Oh yeah.
and that was it.
As the psychiatrist.
Because no, where she's
No,
where
she's
she's
talking
got the
about
big
Oh,
head
The full
thing.
red suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that. It looks great in a comic, but when you put it on the screen,
Yeah, it's stupid.
I think that's
Yeah,
actually going to be
agreed.
tackled more in the next Batman
Agreed.
or whatever.
mm,
But
So
there-
is that why
I mean, there
her
might.
character was completely different? Like she had like the ripped up stocking.
yeah,
her-
that was
So some of
more
that's
just
actually-
for her to play up the sex appeal of her character.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, so some of that actually hits a little bit more in the comic book when she separates over from Joker, and the reason she's wearing a lot of that shit is because it was like her separation from
Mhm.
his relationship and showing like her mental abuse with it, and so it was her way of wearing these big flary clothes that are like bright and showy. Were like, well, this is me doing what I want now, and anyone saying shit.
Yeah, the guys that did the movie, they didn't make that much sense. But it was all about
No, the
sex
com. Well,
appeal.
it's another thing with the comics of like they have no time to fill room, which isn't me giving them excuses for what they did do with like art.
I mean, it might all be fixed with the Zack Snyder release on HBO. We
Hey,
don't know.
man.
don't you talk about the Snyder God?
I hope it goes really well. Just
I mean,
like,
I did watch what his
The
latest
Snyder Cut.
one was. The latest,
they put a trailer out.
yeah,
Snyder?
it looks
Is it
good.
Snyder?
I mean, it looks dark, and that's
Are
what
you talking
everyone
about the
wanted.
trailer?
Yeah.
Okay, you never finished.
Well, that's how that show was supposed to go. With
Latest
Doomsday,
trailer
man.
cut. But yeah, it looks darker, which
Yeah.
it's not Marvel, dude. DC's always been so much darker than Marvel.
I
I mean,
Superman.
fucking Batman, the guy who stalks around at night,
That's what
beating
it-
the shit out of people.
Yeah.
and people were up in arms about him killing people too. And it's like, y'all don't understand. Batman murdered motherfuckers when he first started.
It depends on which comic.
Yeah.
When Batman first started his comic, he murdered people, dude.
Mm.
Yeah, one of his first comics in the first few months, he literally hangs a dude from the Batcopter. Not even joking.
Yeah,
was like back in,
but
like, the
it might have been
1980s or
tied around
something.
his waist.
Dude, he's been around a lot longer than the 1980s.
No, yeah, it was one of his first ones back then. I know that. I don't know the exact years of
Like-
when they come out like
like-
that, but and then they toned him back more because they were getting more. People were getting judgmental for it, and then he made his promise. I know. It's just I don't know the years.
like back in the 50s.
Yeah.
Earlier. Wasn't
Yeah.
Superman?
No, they had
1920?
propaganda for World War II and everything.
Something.
Too. Cat, it wouldn't be pretty, but it's almost Google.
Something like that. It is.
We got someone Googling.
Lava, did you get all my shit on Twitch and at home?
See the glasses on. If he only
Oh, the
It
season finale this
says
weekend. Cool.
His first appearance was in May. Cover date, release date was March of 1939.
Damn.
39.
Yeah.
I knew it was.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
Because
that
they
was
it's
wouldn't
a
have
syndicate,
been
it's
they
a-
wouldn't have been as big with killing folks in comics that early. It wasn't until a lot later on when they were trying to get more gritty and dark.
Hmm.
I mean, they've had so many different retellings of his story.
Well, yeah, and then they used to do it with like the Universe 121, the cover, and then they like broke down the multiverse and shit, and that's where I loved it.
See, this is the issues that I have to deal with when I do the podcast with you guys, because I'm 20 years on them. So
way back in the 80s, and I'm just like, God damn it, I'm a child of the 80s. I was actually born in 1980.
79.
When I was
96.
typing in when did Batman get his first comic, you know what came up
I
in the
like
search
sticking to
engine?
the chair.
When did
Oh.
Batman get his
Lifted was like,
You want a shirt?
What the fuck?
no, I'm good. I just
You never know.
It's clean.
Why are people so weird?
It's a mistake real quick.
If we weren't weird, we wouldn't have fun.
It literally said when did Batman get his first or when did he get his nipples?
Google searches.
Yeah, in the Google search.
Batman and Robin.
That's when he got his nipples.
Yeah. You guys not remember that movie?
that was the George Clooney. Yeah, Clooney, and who the fuck played Robin?
Oh, I know
Chris.
what you mean.
Chris.
Poor George Clooney, dude. He's still to this day. it's like,
Farrakhan.
fuck.
I don't know. No, Chris O'Donnell. Chris O'Donnell.
Okay.
Played Robin. Thank you, Lava.
O'Donnell.
Almost got it. I got it
Oh,
first.
trust me, don't poor George Clooney. He's fine. He married fucking Italian supermodel.
No, George
Sitting-
Clooney is fine. His acting
We
career with
finally
Batman's not.
Watched
Oh.
Ocean's 8, or not Ocean's 8, Ocean's 11, and went all the way through. Oh my god, those were good movies. I had never seen them.
I've seen him like 5 times.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
No? Never seen him?
Mm-mm.
I've
Really?
seen
I haven't either, Jeff. I haven't
reviews,
either,
I've
Jeff.
Dude.
seen,
Like
snippets of it.
I
but
hate like
we
the
actually-
mainstream, like the Brad Pitt, the fucking Clooney, the fucking. I hate all of the mainstream people that most women like. Usually it's because like when me and her got together, that's who she would say that she liked,
Mhm.
and I didn't even like.
You're getting side-eyed, man.
Because
Yeah,
I
I'm
do
getting
the same
that.
shit. I do
I
the
mean,
same shit.
I ain't worried about what you're talking
He's
about.
like, I am immune,
Well, no,
that
see, like,
shit doesn't hurt.
I immediately hated all those guys, and then she showed me a couple movies, and I was like, okay.
They're
Did
just celebrities.
you ever see what is the one with
Yeah. But I went under the aspect of completely judgmental. I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
So, completely judgmental, I was going under, oh, he just has a job because he looks good. He can't really act.
dude, a good one to see
And then I
like
fucking
Brad
saw
Pitt in.
Snatch.
A good one to see Brad Pitt in was
Snatch.
yes. I haven't seen all of it, but
Oh my god.
another good one is
Snatch was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
it was the one with the fucking tank that he did with Shia LaBeouf.
Glorious Bastards.
Oh,
No,
that is a good
Oh,
fucking movie.
Not?
he was the tank commander.
Oh,
World War II.
yeah.
That was a
That-
good movie too. Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Me and my grandpa saw that in theater.
Yes.
Gets fucking suspenseful as fuck. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're just in a tank. They're stuck in a tank, and it's the one where they're stuck in the field, right?
Well,
and they're trying to fix the
towards
tank
the
to
end,
get
yeah,
out.
they're stuck in the field.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fury. Thank you, Lava.
Thank you, Lava.
Oh.
Yes, that one was good as shit.
Dude, like half the movie, you don't know if they're about to get blown the fuck up or not.
Especially if you know the history of that tank, man. They
Yeah.
called those things Ronsons and Tommy Cookers.
Dude.
Ronsons because it would light on the first hit every time, and Tommy Cookers because the U.S. and British soldiers were called Tommies back then, and it was full of Tommies, and they'd fucking cook them all.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You'll get blown up and you couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, that was a good one. And I
Mr.
mean, I'm
and
not.
Mrs. Smith. You know that one? It was Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, wasn't it?
Oh, Mr. and Mrs.
I've always liked
Dude.
Well, see, the one
that.
that
I just
hooked
always
me,
liked that movie.
the one that hooked me, didn't hook me, but got me to realize that Brad Pitt could act was not Snatch. It was Fight Club.
Fight Club was good as shit. And
Yeah.
Inglorious
That's fair.
Bastards was fucking
Phenomenal.
great. Yes.
Great. Was he a man who stared at goats? Or
Yeah,
that
he
just-
was. He was.
Oh,
No, that was Clooney.
That was
It
Clooney.
was just
That was
That
Clooney.
movie is phenomenal. I know Clooney was in that one, but that movie was good as fuck.
What makes that movie so good is the actual premise of the movie is
The real story.
based
The real
on-
story.
It's based loosely on fact.
One of the parts that's true though is that they did fly off into the sunset in an Apache helicopter, never to be seen again. That shit is like,
Which movie?
and they drugged the entire.
Men who stare at goats.
Yeah, they drugged the entire base by putting
Have you heard of
LSD in
that?
the water and the eggs. That shit's so good. That's so good.
Steel Coffin movie or just the reference?
Oh, I think it's probably the
Oh,
reference.
yeah.
The tank.
Yeah.
My bad.
That 6 dudes locked in a piece of metal ready to blow up.
No, spank you. Back then, that would suck. Just because, I mean, the the difference between the German tanks and the Russian tanks and the U.S. tanks was like night and day. Scary as shit. The only reason why we still beat them was just we out mass produced them.
Yeah. Now we were putting out like hundreds. per month,
Literally
like-
hundreds to their
Yeah.
one or two a day.
Yeah, it was nuts. But you had like German tanks who could just roll over everything.
Yeah, the
And,
problem
like,
was
oh,
back then German engineering isn't like what it's referred to as nowadays. It was over engineered and shit was needlessly too complicated. So when it broke down, you're screwed. There was no real supply chain to fix anything. So the
That's
tanks
true.
just became giant targets sitting in the field.
yeah, but then by the time we also joined as well, they had well set in like the war, and then we joined, and it was just they were already like over, so they were scattered basically.
Well,
it was like ugh. They were terrifying, but it was inevitable that we would win because we were just going to outproduce them anyways. So
Yeah, still try to convince like a 19 or 20-year-old on the front line of that.
yeah, that's fair.
We're still gonna win, dude.
Nah.
Like, he's fucking.
Did you
what
see-
are we winning off these boys still suck?
Yeah, dude.
Like, hell no.
We'll say probably riding in on the boats at D-Day and seeing machine gunners on the beach just waiting for you probably was pretty daunting.
Fuck that
It
noise.
seems
Fuck
like
that shit.
people cared a lot more about their countries back
There's a lot
Surprisingly,
more alignment there.
then.
Culture?
Not just the U.S. though, but also like kamikaze.
Mm.
No, that's
that
a cultural
dude,
principle,
that
but
yeah,
still.
that's a cultural difference. I
So,
mean,
no,
that's
yeah, it's true.
believing that you're
He's right.
the person in charge is like is
Like North
Lord
Korea.
God
So-
descended.
Like
If
North
you-
Korea.
Well, like no, if you go
No,
into
that's
it,
different. They don't have any choice because they're all going to starve to death anyway.
Oh, so these people were there on,
no, if you get into the
Because they wanted to be.
Japanese like culture of that, dude, they had pre-chosen people who volunteered
yeah.
because they were giving their government and their culture viewed it that them giving up their lives brought their family honor.
That's like
And so they're giving their families eternal honor by killing themselves like that.
yeah.
And so that's their culture of that. And that's
And-
why they were willing to just drive their fucking plane into some shit, dude. Because
There,
to them it was
you're
like, shoot as many people as you can, and when you can't, boom.
like
take
back
what you
then. They
can.
used to say, you know, my
Weren't they, like,
word
out
is
of
my.
fuel and stuff.
They would just ram. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. A lot of times they go in with no armament whatsoever, just
Yeah.
to be lighter,
Oh, no.
more maneuverable.
Yeah.
I just meant like the technology back then. They couldn't because they were going. They didn't have aircraft carriers, correct?
Yeah, they did.
Japan,
Japanese
yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That was Pearl Harbor.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how they. I mean,
That's one of
how
the
they, like,
reasons
got
why
there.
we still won was because when they bombed Pearl Harbor, all of our aircraft carriers were out to sea.
Yeah.
And they bombed Pearl Harbor because they had their planes taking off of their aircraft
I
carriers.
should probably care a lot more about that.
Mm,
Oh yeah, and if they didn't, all of a sudden, yeah, if they didn't die, they were considered as failures. because
yeah,
they had
basically it
volunteered.
was like, if you're
Oh,
dead
Like you had some
for a
of them who
kamikaze mission,
crashed, were captured, and returned to state, and a lot of them would commit suicide.
yeah, it's
It's
different when
nuts.
when your life and your family's honor means more than anything else.
And then that goes back to
It's
this
weird though, right?
the
He's like,
Senpoku
yeah, then I
conversation
come
we
back
had last
alive.
week.
Yeah, it's better be
Same,
dead.
so their way of
Nice.
redeeming honor when they were to come back is they would be forced to commit Senpoku to regain that honor. For
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Submarine. See, that's nuts. I actually didn't do that. But yeah, dude, no, it's nuts. Like their culture is their culture is preservation.
If you want
Sure.
a really good view, like of common, like nowadays version of a society that
North Korea.
no, they're just starving. Takes a lot to keep Kim Jong Un as he is.
I mean, pretty
that
soon,
might be a good sound bit. Love
pretty soon,
Is-
sound bit.
pretty soon he'll be a Pokeball, and then he could just catch everybody in South Korea.
Damn, you fucked him up. I was with
They'll
him.
just roll him down the hill.
Wow.
He's a bomb of his own.
But I'm not a fan of the Obamas, but they have a production company that just a couple years ago did a documentary about this Chinese company that came over that produces
Just 10 cents.
glass, So it produces glass. And just watching, like, they brought over X amount of their own employees, in-company employees, to help get this. They bought an old closed down GM automotive plant, and they re-outfitted it to make, like, automotive glass and just, like, heavy industry glass, like safety glass and stuff.
Right.
And just watching the contradiction between why these Chinese workers can't understand why the American workers don't want to work 7 days a week, 12 plus hours a day. Why do they need weekends off? Why do they need these holidays? And I mean it's hard to wrap your head around, but when you're born and raised into a society where
Thank you.
you do everything for the company.
Lo. I'm gonna sound clip that one. The
When you're born and bred to give everything for the company you work for because they control every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's weird. I was actually talking to some guys Sunday at work that had no idea that,
The only reason why I brought that up is, I mean, that's a modern day comparison of like how the Japanese society used to be with their Lord Emperor.
The show was
Because everything was for the Emperor. They would live, breathe, and gladly give their lives for their Emperor.
yeah.
And it's the same way with the Chinese, with whatever company that they work for. They're pretty much the same damn way.
And their companies go by like family names too. So these big companies are often passed down. So you have like a family that's just owned this company for so long, and they're like almost celebrities based on that. So
I mean,
Like, you don't fuck this shit up.
what's
Yeah.
funny is when they were outfitting like the offices, the owner of the company came down, and I mean, this dude's like a freaking not quite a Bill Gates, but damn near a Bill Gates over
Yeah.
there money wise. And he's pointing out all these things in this office that he doesn't like. I don't like where that fire alarm is, and the American guy's like, sorry, we can't do anything about that. Rules say. So he had them rip everything out of that office and rebuild the whole office so he didn't have to see that fire alarm on the wall.
They got the money for
And that guy ended up being fired because nobody tells him no.
it. Yeah, if you own the company.
Yeah,
You don't get
yeah,
to
and I mean,
know.
it's like he didn't really tell him no. All he said was, because of the rules and regulations in this country, this has to be here.
Yeah.
No, you don't tell him no, and we're going to do this. And they literally gutted the whole office and revamped it.
And then they'll just
I wonder how
lock
he's going to
themselves
deal
in
with
the
that,
bubble.
after his first couple of years and taxes here.
I mean, it depends on how they like put their taxes out, as well as you have the separation of all of his money is in China.
Yeah.
So the taxes over there, he's getting taxed based on China if they do taxes like that, which I have no idea.
Why would you want to build a company here?
Well, it works the same way as someone very wealthy building a company over there. They don't have to pay for it. As
Yeah,
much.
there are certain financial incentives you get to bring the company here.
Yeah, but
If you look at it on the outside, it doesn't
And
seem.
you also have to realize, like, dude, we're China's only competition.
Yeah.
And I mean,
We're also rapidly getting
their
replacing those roles.
their GDP is about to greatly surpass ours in the next 10 years.
Ready for this?
I'm telling you, no, it's scary how true it is. It's actually like terrifying.
I mean,
Like it's true. China is building up so much right now.
and
rapidly
they've
gonna
done
build-
it in
yeah.
the last
Don't they
50
own-
years versus the last couple hundred years.
Don't they own a bunch of land in different countries?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. So they'll do tariffs
Yeah.
over in other countries and
One of
write a
the-
contract. If you can't pay it, then they get that land, and that's
One
how
of-
they're buying countries.
One of the reasons why
crazy.
there was so much push
Get
for
fucked.
the Chinese virus and all the issues that happened in Spain at first, China actually built a freaking roadway connecting China to Spain and was funneling workers to finish the roadway when coronavirus first broke out. And the reason why a lot of people were saying, this is China's fault that they had so many deaths over there was because they were keeping secret how bad this was and still sending workers, even though a lot of them were infected, sending them to finish the roadway
Yeah.
on Spain's end of the road.
And
So-
you just had 20,000 phones shut off in China.
that was 20 million.
It was 20 million. No, it wasn't 20. It was 20 million.
20 million.
And I mean, they are literally, every year they've had to update how much faster China is catching up to the U.S. and about to pass us in our GDP as a
Yeah.
nation. Because, like,
All right, we're
I don't know.
no. Tell them what GDP is because
Oh,
we have a lot of younger people. And
was it gross? Basically, how much money and production our country does every year.
Yeah.
How much we have to budget and spend every year is like your GDP. I forget what the acronym stands for exactly. Google is your friend.
Yeah.
Bob is looking really
Like, let's see who wins.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I didn't know how to work that.
GDP definition.
wrong.
Gross
yeah, I
domestic
mean-
product.
Yeah, gross domestic product.
I knew it was gross
And
something,
it's,
but
Yeah,
it's like the overall wealth of the country.
That's what I understand though, because like we have companies that go over there just because the workforce is much cheaper.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can't. You
That's
can't
what I
compete.
don't understand.
Why would
about-
they come over here?
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Building materials are probably more expensive.
Well, I'm pretty sure they got some kind of break with their government to come over here and try to produce. Also, if you're gonna make a product over there and send it over here, it might be cheaper in the long run. If it's something that's going to be destined for this area, anyways,
customs,
set
shipping
up-
costs, all that
yeah,
Also,
just to
notice
set it up.
like he said that they brought their own workers here too. So,
Yeah, well, yeah, to get the company started, at first
Yeah.
they brought all their own workers.
and do you really think they're following our guidelines, bringing their own workers?
Well, they were under contract to hire X amount of Americans, and at the end of the documentary, they were saying pretty much 95% of those Americans that were initially hired
Yeah.
are no longer with them,
yeah,
have been replaced by Chinese folks, and most of the original Chinese folks that were brought over to do to help set up to begin with have been sent back because a lot of them didn't want to leave.
yeah.
They got a taste of what it's like to live
freedom.
out from underneath the thumb, and well,
I mean, freedom
more than
compared
some,
to
yeah, more
that
than some.
government.
Yeah,
dude, when,
For sure.
when you live in literally like a 20-story high rise, and
with like
your house
million
for
people in
you
that.
and your how many family is half the size of Sifter's place,
this room.
and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't really do birthdays. You do your company birthday. You
Yeah.
can celebrate that day, and you might get a half day off.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Half day off.
the other thing that was
Well, yeah,
really
you have to bring your ass in. No.
the other thing that was really
get fired.
kind of shocking was how much pushback they got when people would get hurt at work. I mean, you're working with industrial glass. People were getting sliced the F up a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were
I work
getting.
with a lot of class.
Yeah, you know. They were fighting tooth and nail about like safety claims and stuff like that.
And the claims over there still aren't as much up to par either. Like,
oh no.
you have like people breathing in glass dust and shit.
I don't know. I just
Yeah, it still does kind of boggle. Why would they come over here? There has to be some sort of monetary incentive to the upper tier.
okay.
Damn.
For you guys watching on YouTube or something, Lava just said, did a job in southern Alabama where a Chinese company was building a copper pipe mill. All the workers from China lived in connexes turned into trailers.
Yep, probably 10 to a trailer.
Probably 10 to a trailer.
Wow.
I mean, we
See-
pick on the Mexicans, but the Chinese they call it efficiency over there.
Right.
Well, it's an oiled machine of a
Yeah.
culture. Like
Yeah.
that's their culture, is working together, and like even in their schools, they're trained to like clean their own schools, work together to clean their own schools, be
That's
part of the product of the system.
Kind of the
Like-
shitty thing too, because they're not citizens,
No,
so we can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, they're probably on visas.
yeah,
the
they're,
company
they're on
probably
temporary
took-
work visas.
Yeah, the company
And
probably
if
took
they
care of all
start
of
to
that
speak
too.
out or become the
They get shipped
squeaky wheel and the boop.
Yeah, and it could be just a violation of the visa that their company set up for them too, because it works completely different with their visas. Because I used to have people I worked with in kitchens that did different visas. So I worked with like a Cuban and an Ecuadorian, and they both had two completely different visas based on their like where they came from. It was nuts, but they were super cool people. But like, yeah, it's the same thing. Then we had a Chinese dude who came over here, which this was in Colorado at the time, so he actually came over here to farm marijuana, but was working in our kitchen anyways. And his visa was set through specific contracts of like certain stuff he could do and like say yada yada yada, which you gets to a point where what you say can't really be heard too much to an extent. Which that's how he explained it, but it's the product of his culture that and how he communicates of how he was putting it out. They don't want that misconstrued.
Okay, I have a question.
You know what I mean?
Just for you, no one else answer.
Oh,
If we were to get in a war with China and like they were invading, would we win?
Honestly, I don't know.
That
I
got
mean-
a million man army.
I was gonna say, it's sheer numbers.
Yeah,
At this point, they could probably easily outproduce us.
I guarantee if
Wait,
any,
And I
Go
mean,
on, I
wait,
go-
wait,
oh, I
wait,
love
wait,
that.
I
stuff.
raised my hand.
Technology-wise,
Oh my
technology-wise,
God.
it's
Jesus
kind of a
Christ.
toss-up because they've been so damn secretive. We don't really know exactly what they do and don't have.
Or what mutants say.
Exactly. And
You laugh.
we are more willing to abide by the preset rules like the Geneva Convention and shit. They're not. They don't give a shit. They'll torture, they'll maim, they'll whatever they got to do to win, and all bets are off, gloves are off. They're in it to win it.
Yeah,
Whereas we will be stuck behind some really shitty arbitrary rules. So honestly, I think even with the good old American know-how and the spirit, I think we might still get our asses kicked.
the only thing we would have would be
He
fun.
kind of hit on the nail what I was about to say next.
I mean,
This is true, though.
Yeah, about
it has a lot to do with how
The
bad
old
our
American
hands would be
ways.
tied with our rules of engagement and rules of combat.
How far
Yeah.
they push us back into where?
because you have so many people that are like,
Yeah, there's too many people
yeah.
that if you're going to
I'm
war,
free, I don't.
you're
have
not
to
going to
lie.
war with your feelings. You're going to war to kill other people.
Yeah,
Plain and simple.
there's
So-
an emotional disconnection.
Yeah,
that
there
has
has to be.
happen. It has
There's
to
a
happen.
reason
Yeah.
why.
Not
Okay.
everybody-
Liberal
There's what
and
they
right
call
and
the
left
warrior
doesn't matter
mindset.
anymore. It's survival of the country. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so good answer. This is fun.
Richard's trying to stir the pot.
Yeah,
no,
he
no,
is.
no, no, no,
I
no.
can
Remember,
tell.
he who stirs the pot should lick the spoon.
That was good. That was good.
So next question.
Okay.
Um, what do you think would happen?
Now, is this to the room or to an individual?
This will be to the room.
Okay.
I want to see reactions. 'Cause I like the first reaction.
I was trying
Everybody was like,
I was like,
"Ooh."
shaking my head.
That's why I wanted to ask just him because I
There's
knew
numbers. We talked
Two
about that in a
would-
podcast.
would
A few
not like
a
that.
few podcasts
no,
ago.
not like that.
Well, it was brought up,
we-
but it
we-
was like
we
in a
touched
different
on it.
context.
Right. So, how do you think Americans in general would act once they got to our soil?
See, that's what I think would like
You
be
mean like the
alignment.
Chinese?
Yeah.
I think a lot
Invading
of people would
wise?
panic.
Let's
Soft
say
fucking well handled it.
their military is much larger than we think it is because depending on
That's
the
guaranteed.
population itself, it's gonna be.
It's guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
guaranteed.
So let's say they defeat everyone, as they're coming across. So our the main parts of our military are there. I mean, we'll still have National Guard here and shit like that.
Mhm.
But how do you think? Because they're gonna get in. There's too many of them. They're gonna get.
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you think Americans in general would respond to them coming on ours?
I feel like where specifically do
Honestly,
you mean?
I mean,
That's the beautiful thing
it
about
would be-
the U.S. Though.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
can
but
come
the
on
response would be
shore, they can come
completely
on
different
land.
depending on where. Like, imagine,
I
all right,
think
Texas. If they were to invade Texas first, that wouldn't go very well.
no, they're
No.
strategic, and you've got to remember one of the big reasons why we don't need a gun registry. One of the big reasons why we don't need a gun registry is because other countries, most of the gun registry would be like public information, which means it would be accessible by all foreign state
Yeah.
country. You would know where the smallest concentration of privately owned firearms are,
Right.
coastal wise, so you would know which state would be the easiest to get a foothold in first.
Okay, so do you think they think about stuff like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
So
they thought about that in World War II, which is one of the reasons why the Japanese opted not to try to invade us, is because they looked back to see how many registered hunters there were in each state.
it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
like
America,
literally, we had states
Our gun
that
laws are
had
completely different.
larger pools of registered hunters, which means
Yeah.
if you're a hunter, you're going to have a gun.
And
If
then
you're an
the-
American,
yeah.
you're going to have at least 3 guns because it's the American thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than that at this point. You
Yeah,
also have
that
like
was in
Unless
World
you're
War
in the
II.
hood.
their culture.
That's
They're not
different.
allowed to have guns as civilians. Our culture, it's regular.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers
I mean
are
that
gun
makes a
sniff.
big difference.
You have a 12-year-old who could shoot
I
better
would-
than some of their highest military like
I would
sharpshooters.
love to think that we would have like a World War II type response to the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Like there would be a galvanizing of the country, but there are going to be certain pockets that are still going to be like in the pocket of the foreign nations that would try to resist and try to lull people into a false sense of, well, we can reason with them.
Yeah.
We'll just give them this little bit over here, and they'll leave us alone over here. And that would drag up like the gun debate. The reason why people are
yeah.
like, you don't give an inch, because once you give an inch, they're going to take a mile. It'd be the same way if we were invaded. You don't give an inch because they will take a mile. You will make them fight for every inch that they try to take,
I
and
think-
make them pay as high a cost in body count as possible.
Yeah.
See, my whole thought process behind
Oh,
this
did you guys
is-
read what Lava said though?
Yeah, that was he's talking about Japanese.
Yeah.
Back in World War II, though.
That's true.
My whole thing is because I think everyone in the world knows about Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even Texas.
Texas does know about Texas.
So
Hey, 3 inches is all it takes to defeat them, though.
so I think that it would
Go 3 inches
literally.
of snow.
I think it would literally since their population is so huge, there's no telling how big the military.
Well, Texas is well self-sustaining. That's what would
That's
really.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Texas would probably be the one
That's what would fuck them over.
they wouldn't hit. They would probably go
They would
I
start
don't know.
coastal.
outskirts.
California.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, basically, look where you have the most
Then
dissent
come-
already festering in the country that's easiest to get to. Fucking Portland, Oregon,
Oh shit!
California.
Call it, dude. That's
Those would
yeah.
be perfect spots to start sowing seeds and planting. sending in.
See, but they would. Yeah, true.
They wouldn't just invade at first place too. Like even look how Pearl Harbor went. They had people on Pearl Harbor studying and planning that whole thing months before they even started it.
Right.
After they figured out we were doing trades with everybody, by the way. They didn't want to think about the fact that we were trading with Germany as well, but they only found out we were trading with the British, and they were like, "Cool, bomb them." And honestly, if they'd have actually invaded land first, bombed later, who knows how it would have gone.
I mean, who do you think? Who do you think overseas would I don't know, help us try and stop them?
Honestly, the British.
Yeah.
British or the French.
Yeah, but I mean, they could literally walk across the border and take them out.
Mm. The British, the French, the Canadians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they'd have nice new guns to surrender.
We would have Canada.
You know,
argue
Canada
them.
would, because that's America's top hat.
Canada's probably
Well,
like-
Canada's
That's at
also
this point.
unless Canada had a collaboration set with China themselves, Canada would look at them and go, "We're next." So of course they're
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
going to
pretty
go with us in
much.
a heartbeat.
I mean,
And then we have the land and resources that we could easily outlast them in resources, but it would be as long as they don't get a foothold over here. That would be the problem.
most of our rare earth metals and whatnot right now come from China.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
we have a lot of raw resources,
I think
but the hard to get shit is coming from them,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Which is kind of it's a debate that I'm having with Brian's wife right now. Her and I about the whole forced to go electric on everything. It's like, you do understand most of the shit needed to make that electric we're having to import from our biggest competition,
Yeah. If there's
which is also one of the other reasons why ammunition's getting so expensive.
I
What
think
are the base metals of ammunition? Lead, copper.
Yeah.
What do you need to make batteries?
copper.
Lead.
Yeah.
Like the huge storage batteries, a lot of them are lead batteries.
true.
I think we should both just get our
But,
heads out
like-
of our asses.
Like
Figure our shit out. America and
stuff in,
China could
uh,
collab, dude. We'd be
No,
unstoppable.
this is shit from like Winchester. All the major ammunition manufacturers have stated that the prices of the base metals to make that shit has gone up exponentially.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like Tesla.
Bob
Though,
also
they
called, dude.
they
Canadians
don't
are scary.
use the same type of shit in their batteries.
They use the lithium-ion batteries. Yeah, that's all shit you got to get from China, anyways.
No, we have plenty of lithium ions in the U.S.
What was that one?
I feel like it would be
We have some in Mexico.
in the
depending on like well, depending on specific metals.
We have plenty in Mexico, right?
Starting to feel like Trump.
I'm just gonna go down south to the sunny side.
They're not too friendly with us right now. To the last
Well,
few years.
Honestly, I don't.
That would have
If
to entail
an,
that they're
if
coming
an
to themselves,
invasion
too.
were to happen, I don't think it would bode well. I think it'd be a hell of a fight.
I mean,
I would hope it would galvanize the country, but you also have to remember we have the largest concentration of war veterans now, more so than we've ever had, because we've been at war for the last 20-something years.
We're still there.
Yeah.
Like, I think we would push towards Canada, and then America would eventually be pushed up. We would have to. The collab you would get would be later, after we realize how far they would get, because they would push us together, and eventually people would be having to move, and then maybe you would see a galvanization. But right now, as a whole, we're divided pretty well.
Well, most
So-
people are like, if it isn't happening in my backyard, it's not that important.
Yeah.
Eventually, it lands in your backyard.
Yeah, that's the like ideal that sticks too. And then we have like we're on the soil that's never been invaded. So like,
No, technically, well,
there's
America-
technicalities of shit that has happened, but it's
like
not
a plane
an actual.
crash and the guy stumbled out and died. And
Yeah,
I don't know if that would be
The
considered
accidental-
an invasion, but
we accidentally almost nuked our own town. We had a plane flying over with a nuke. It had a malfunction and they dropped it,
Oh yeah.
but it didn't go off.
You
But it
said
had the
not
high
here?
potential. It was either here or it was like
I think it was here.
fucking Georgia or some shit.
I think I remember.
No, that wasn't here. But what happened here in this state was had a Minuteman missile blow up in its silo.
Oh
A nuclear
fuck.
missile blow up in the
And
silo.
isn't that the same one they were testing
Well,
for?
okay, the Europeans did, but we
bombing
weren't a
in
country
Russia?
yet. We weren't a country yet. It doesn't count.
Huh?
I remember them talking about how they had. I'll have to look it up. So don't quote
Oh, it
me.
was North Carolina. Thank you, Lava.
Okay.
Cool. There's also one in the ocean somewhere.
I
We have no
remember,
idea what it is.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few
seeing
probably.
an article a long time ago talking about a bomb being made here, like bomb.
Scoot up and go back.
Bomb being made?
Yes.
We're constantly
Okay.
developing.
No, we have
nukes.
the Minuteman.
Almost
There
like you
was,
lost focus. Like,
I say we, but I mean this
Yeah,
was
I
like
see that.
back in the 60s or 70s. There was something like 19 nuclear silos in the state of Arkansas.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they
we
had-
also to this day still have the highest amount of like nuclear warheads per the planet, like above
Well,
Russia, like straight up.
that
Yeah,
we
this
that
is
we
that
what-
we
know
know
of.
of. That we'll admit to.
Fair that we know.
You have
of.
to keep in mind,
Yeah.
China is never going to admit to anything.
I found it.
No, God, no.
I
Ever.
found it.
Never ever.
Ah, they've probably got shit beyond
Wasn't it
nukes.
Russellville or
Rogers.
No.
Damascus, Arkansas was almost
Damascus?
Damascus, yes, it was almost nuked in the 80s.
Yeah, there's actually a documentary on Netflix,
Yep.
and there's also a guy.
On that.
Astigmatism. That's me right now too. I keep like looking up at
No, like
Richard's comments,
yeah. Well,
and I can't see them because I don't have my glasses on, so I have to go back to my phone. But there's a second where I'm like, "What?
no, for
You
some
used to sit
reason,
over here, I took your seat. My bad.
Cameron's camera is like
This is cool, man."
fuzzy.
Yeah, it's not focused.
I don't know why.
It's
Only
'cause
one.
I'm keeping
It's that DVD broadcast accident.
Who doesn't like that?
I don't know. I think if
It's gonna be
fuzzy
it's,
around
it's gonna be a recording eventually.
She's like, it doesn't look that bad, but I need glasses.
me.
Now remember, he was ignoring your side eye.
Mm. So, oh yeah.
This has been duly noted. We'll address this later.
Yeah.
Don't you threaten me with a good time.
Looks like he's trying to hide his identity.
Oh my god, is that whiskey?
Rambutan's motherfuckers.
Whiskey's here.
Whiskey Gerd.
What the fuck? What are you doing?
When the hell did he go out and get internets?
Probably his phone.
Whiskey.
Yeah. It's like, I ain't got internets. What's that in your hand? That's not internets. That's my phone.
That's not.
Okay.
Well, shit.
Yeah, I don't know what you did to it.
Fucked it up.
But yeah, that's pretty much my answer.
Plug the shit
I would
up,
hope
plug
for the
it back
best,
in.
but I'm a realist when it comes to that kind of a
He
situation.
figured out how to get
It
non-smoke.
just,
Dude don't know how to use Netflix, so I'm very impressed.
Nice.
Oh shit!
I mean,
what
he
the
actually just
fuck?
tapped on
He
the link on
definitely
Discord.
grabbed
Right,
it.
pretty
No.
much.
Great.
That educator.
But yeah.
I don't think it would go for as well as
Like
America.
I would hope that we would like unify against them,
No.
but we won't because there's too many rednecks that I know that if they saw any kind of person that looked Asian, they just should.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would create a very heavy, especially in America, we would follow in that ignorance pretty hard. So hard. And it would go on both ways because you would have the other side who would be like, well, we don't want to go to war. We should try and find a nonviolent approach. But what if we're already there? It's the
Well-
argument, you know?
Then again, how many people could actually fucking pull the trigger?
It's what we said at the
You can't-
beginning
yeah,
when we
you
were
can't-
saying there would have to be an emotional disconnection because it's
but
war.
we know people can do it.
Well, yeah, but this is like the argument of if we're already there and they're already touched down in our soil, that's something that would just have to happen. And it like I personally
do or die.
don't want to kill anyone. I personally don't want us to go to war. But like when it gets to defending your home, you know, like what am I going to let my brother, who's an art student, well, I guess graduated art student, serve first, or am I like? And yeah, he's buff as fuck, but he's been in art school for 6 years. Like fuck, man, you know.
Man, his dick just straight fell off.
Like,
The
yeah, he works his
testosterone
ass
fell out
off,
his
but-
ass, and he can't do nothing now.
Fuck.
He has no hope in his
Like,
brother. That's
He can
great.
he can shoot a camera all
Already
day, but what
consigned
about
me,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
Shoot
shoot
a
a camera.
camera.
Like he's a very professional photographer, but it works a little differently. And I love him to death, man. I think I would go for that draft a little bit quicker first. So
He'd walk out there while they're walking through a field or some shit. Okay,
that's a
back
great
it
angle.
up, back it up. I didn't get the
Holy
right
shit,
shot.
this is the
Well, it'd
craziest
be pretty dope
backlighting
just to get him
ever.
film that shit though.
Marcus
Get
was.
this.
Do you remember like watching it? I think the movie is Independence Day, and they had the dude with the book
Yeah.
on the side of the war, watching and writing and documenting it all.
Yeah.
I could see Marcus being that guy.
Yeah.
Like I don't even mean that in a fucked up way. I mean like there would be.
That's his
There's
brother's
always
name.
someone that's got to be there. to
Oh,
document
that's just kind of
shit.
messing with my head there for a minute.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
My name's
His name
Marcus.
Oh fuck yeah. Okay. See, I just know
So I'm
Ducky.
like,
Like, yeah, my older brother's name is Marcus too. Yeah.
I am.
Are you the oldest as well?
Hell no, I'm
Oh,
the
okay.
middle child.
Ah,
There's
see,
5 of us.
I'm just the youngest.
What did you laugh about that?
The middle child shit.
I don't know.
'Cause I'm
She's
the
laughing
oldest.
because he's old as fuck and he's calling himself the
No,
middle
because I'm
child.
the oldest. I'm not the middle child. So
Why is that funny though? I don't understand.
She thinks
because
he's
I
winning.
see too many middle child jokes on Facebook
She's like, I
all
was
the
born
time.
first. Haha. You're gonna die
I was
first.
middle child also.
I see too many middle child jokes on Facebook. They're really funny to me.
She thinking Malcolm in the
Okay.
middle and shit.
Oh god.
Yeah,
right.
kind
Yeah.
I can relate with Malcolm's dad.
Man, that show was too good to end.
They went for like 9 seasons, longer than that.
I think 5
That show had
Did
to
you
end
know
because
that
he
the
had to go
actor
make
himself
Breaking
doesn't remember
Bad.
most of that shit because of a head injury?
Who?
The Malcolm from Malcolm in the Middle got into a motorcycle crash
Yeah.
and doesn't remember like
Yeah.
15 years of his life,
It's probably better that way.
most likely.
Damn.
Well, like for him, he described it in an interview watching his own show. It's like reliving memories that he never even remembered because he fucked his head up in a crash.
Yeah.
And he did all this
Frankie
shit.
did
A
that when he
Lamborghini or
was-
some shit
He-
before that?
I think that was what I'm talking. No, I don't know. I just remember reading about it.
Google is your friend.
It was one of those random like bullshits I read on Reddit a long time ago. I'm like, oh yeah, this happened.
Good stuff.
I got to touch the Outriders demo. Waiting for Richard's response. There it is.
Here,
It's
every
it's
week.
it's gonna be kind of stale. I'm weird about that game.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, it's not that I didn't like it. I like the idea of what it could be, but it's I can see where it could go south really quick.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get a pre-order out of it. I'm gonna watch a bunch of gameplay.
Well, that's good.
But
They don't need.
I stopped pre-orders
Oh,
after
what was that thing?
Rage.
Was there something going on? Oh yeah, Back for Blood. Did you guys hear about that
He
shit?
was in a
What happened with
racing
that?
accident.
They're offering only specific things to people only if you pre-order.
oh,
Wow.
Oh, you want this dollar? Oh, you almost got it.
how do you
Yeah,
even make that
exactly.
game like pay to win?
I don't know.
Unless like it gets PvP like Left 4 Dead,
It's
and if
probably
you
just
get this specific
cosmetic shit
skin
or
on a
whatever.
zombie, it'd be like Left 4 Dead, and they're selling cosmetic skins for zombie types. That could be kind of cool, but that could also get kind of fucked up too. I can see the crack out also.
Yeah,
That sucks.
yeah.
All the shit going on with we talked about it last week a little bit. All the shit going on with Dying Light 2. I'm pretty sad about that. I was excited for that game.
Do you know the Twitch streamer Soda Poppin'? I thought,
Really?
yeah,
It's like the oldest one.
yeah. I was
I'd have to-
watching him
I'd
there
have to-
for a while.
I'd have to have been
Um,
fucking with Twitch
He
before I started doing it myself.
decided to quit doing GTA roleplay because it was turning into an actual job.
Yeah, no, that shit. They're fucking serious, dude.
I know, right? I did the same thing Ducky did. I
If
read
you're
that and I
getting
was like,
paid
what?
to do it, then yeah, it's a job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I mean that's my mindset. If you're
It
getting
was
paid,
That's a good
livable wage-
mindset.
Wait,
though,
wait.
like,
It was probably just because he couldn't play anything else.
that's
No.
fair.
You can't have the
Dude.
time to play anything else.
And then the
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
that's
content
true.
creator level like that, like
Yeah.
Wildcat, a dude I watched, broke it down in his podcast a while ago. He was talking about how he's so sick of playing Call of Duty, but his fucking his following of people just like watching him play Call of Duty. And it's a good time, and he's not like competitive style, but a lot of his funniest content did come from like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They do a lot of like prop hunt style stuff.
See, that's what happens when you box yourself into just being one game.
Yeah.
That's why he
You gotta
broached
be
out and started a
variety streamer.
podcast and shit too, though. But that's like why I like
Just
a
chatting.
yeah.
I need bigger tits for that.
Okay, so
Maybe hide the scar a little bit too while you're at it.
Whatever, nah.
Starts the sexy part.
Paint it green.
Disguise it.
That's the cleavage.
dude, no, get a wig, paint it green, and just call yourself Fat Gamora or Old Gamora.
Fat old Gamora.
Fat old Gamora. Lava says your titties are just fine. Shit.
So yeah, Back for Blood. The deluxe edition, standard edition first. 60.
Here we go.
$60
Yeah, of course.
comes with a Fort Hope Elite weapon skin pack.
Oh, so it's weapon skins.
Woohoo!
Okay,
If you go the step up and get the deluxe, which
Yeah.
is $89.99,
that's a jump.
you get the skin pack.
Character skins.
You also get. The weird thing is that doesn't.
So it's gonna be cosmetic
Wait,
shit,
wait.
is it?
4 days early access
Fucking course.
and an annual pass with 3 upcoming downloadable content drops with new story,
Yeah.
playable characters, special mutated, written, and more.
Of course. So it is pay to win.
Then the $100 one,
Huh.
which
It's
they're
gonna
calling
fucking pay
the
to win, dude.
Ultimate Edition.
I won't say pay to win. It's
No,
just,
okay,
it's
so
just pay
no,
to
okay.
like just
Play the
get-
game.
Wait,
So
no.
when he says,
Wait. Stop.
Hold it down.
I can break
Let
it
him
all
finish.
down.
Wait.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Let him
say
finish.
the last
Ultimate-
one, and then I'm
ultimate
just gonna
pack?
rant for a second.
Okay, the last one,
Mentally prepare yourselves.
all the shit. Plus, you get a 4-character battle hardened skin pack
Yep. There's the skin.
and additional digital in-game items such as rare banners, emblems, sprays, titles, shit like that.
You now have the floor.
And that's it.
Bullshit. So on that second one, did it when you were reading out mods? You were saying like they get
Annual pass. So 3 upcoming down DLC drops.
okay, and then the DLCs are gonna come with like different mods you can put on your characters.
New story, playable characters.
Yep.
Special mutated, written, and more.
That's the part I think is fucked up. So those special mutations are passives and cards you can put on your character to change how you play. Like one of them is if you do melees, you'll get health back.
Oh,
Mhm.
But if you pay so if you pay for a fucking
Let him
DLC
rant.
and you get this fucking DLC, you're gonna get these fucking cards that no one else is gonna have in this shit, and it's kind of bullshit.
well, it just says special mutated, written, so it might just be enemies you come across.
I mean, if it's a new story and it's new shit like that, that's cool.
It says new story.
Yeah, that's a DLC, a cool story. What I mean is like you have these people getting this free DLC shit because they paid another $30 fucking dollars.
Right.
They're gonna get mods other people aren't having
However,
access to.
do you not think that there will be a season pass for $30? So if you do like the base game, you can just go ahead and pay that 30 later and get the full season
If
pass.
it's
which
possibly the
includes-
same price, I'd be
Sure.
cool with it. But I could see if they're fucky like that, they could be fucky around with some of that stuff.
I was gonna say they might make it just like an
That's very
exclusive. You get this only if you pre-order and you pay blah 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 blah. But
You
if you buy the
pre-order-
season pass later, you're just getting the season pass and the base shit with.
Yeah, like how Borderlands did it, which was a great example. Borderlands 3 did it. I actually spent $100. I got that game, all the DLC. If you buy the DLC by themselves, they're $5 more each.
Yeah.
And that opportunity, though, the $100 pack that I got, it's still available. Anybody can get it at any time. But if you still look at it, it's like this is kind of fucked up. So
Is it though?
I mean, with a company, I want them to get like the money and the support for them making their content. But it like
Because if it's a game that I like, and before it even comes out, they're already announcing that they're gonna have season passes.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get that.
I mean, that's cool, and I think it like having more content for it is cool too. I just want to like the way they do it. I could see where it goes with a downward slope with people getting just this crazy broken shit.
When you start announcing season passes, basically what you're doing is declaring that you will continue to support this game.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's not just going to come out. It is what it is. Good luck. Next.
It's just like when I hear someone say that they've got a season pass on a game. That's like the first step of a game going like down. Like
No.
Anthem.
No, they never announced the season pass on Anthem until it was fucked. Okay.
Yeah.
When it originally came out, it was just a game, just a game. You could get the different editions. None of them came with any kind of season pass or anything.
Shit.
Once everybody started bitching, then they're like, okay, we're gonna redo some shit
Yeah.
and make a season pass.
Yeah.
And then the studio died, and they're not making a season pass.
Yeah.
Mm.
But when it's before it even comes out, and they announce that there's gonna be a season pass, like
It's just like
Borderlands.
red flag for me at this point, man.
Do what?
It's just red flag for me, you know, like
Danger,
If they're-
Will
if they're-
Robinson.
I'm
If
so
they're gonna-
hesitant. I'm
listen,
so
if
You
they're-
jaded young man.
if they're gonna
Oh,
announce
they fucked
it-
me up. It's not my fault.
if they're going to announce it before and have that option in like a deluxe edition or ultimate edition, automatically in my mind, it's like, okay, so that extra money for however many copies they sell is going to go to pay those programmers to stay
Yeah.
to help work on all that DLC and everything.
That's fair, yeah. And I think that's a good shit. They should get the money for what they worked for, you know. Like I don't disagree with that argument at all.
Well, I mean, both Portland injury, like probably the worst when it comes to how they treat the programmers and
Gearbox, really?
Gearbox.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
I
yeah.
figured like EA.
No,
Dude.
Gearbox, the dude that owns Gearbox.
Right? He's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only is he crazy,
I
but
forgot what
like
his
he
name is.
paid a ransom to try and shut a dude up.
Yeah.
No, he did. Jolt. I know the specific name of the dude. His name is Jolt's Dude, and what he was. It was really fucked up. I've been watching Jolt's Dude for like since Borderlands 1, of Borderlands breakdowns. This dude's been a content creator for their game forever. There are two sides of it, and both sides I kind of agree with in the fact that one of the things he was fucking up was he made a Discord group that you would have to pay to get in to see leaks of the game that they didn't want put out.
Okay.
That's fucked up.
Okay.
But what was fucked up was instead of giving him a warning, they sued him basically, or threatened to sue him, and then had all of his shit flagged. His entire career, like,
I mean,
destroyed. But he's been supporting their games since like day one. Like,
yeah, but
so
if
this dude,
if
they
he's-
could have gone like, "Hey man, take this shit down." They didn't do any of that. They went straight to extreme.
Yeah, but if you're hiring somebody to help create your game, you don't want anything leaked until.
Yeah, and that's why I think that was fucked up that he did that. But it was like he's been doing it for so long.
Okay,
Okay,
so-
the other games too. You know, they could have
Let's skip
warned
that
him.
example. What
Our
about
community.
the
Sometimes the warning is not a warning.
Well, he
shot,
was
but a
definitely
bullet to
probably
the
like-
forehead.
He was the public hanging. He was the example. He was the one that they were like, "Hey, fucking quit."
the guy that does the claptrap voice from the first Borderlands?
Yeah, that shit.
They had issues with
Yeah.
him too because
He wanted more money.
they used his voice without his permission
Oh
on
shit.
the next game.
Yeah, and then they didn't pay him for it. But that's fucked up. That's fucked up on their end. I didn't know that.
And then there was like,
Well, they completely lied in Borderlands 3 that we were going to get possibly a new character or new skill trees and the new DLCs coming. We didn't get any of that shit. That's why I stopped playing it.
See,
Um,
you're making me so happy. I chose not to buy that even when it was on sale.
Man, that game.
I
Has
came so
much
close to
potential.
pulling the trigger. I
So
bought the
much potential.
Talking
prequel.
about the third
Borderlands 3. And honestly, it was still pretty solid. There was just so much stuff that they fucked up story
I
wise.
bought the prequel and played about 3 hours
he's
into
very
it.
particular though. The prequel sucked. 2 was awesome.
Here's why I'm particular.
3's
Why not?
not bad. I got
The
to
way
You and I
they
have
set up
played
the
through
story-
1 and 2
Yeah.
completely.
They didn't set up the story to write a good story. They set up the story to make more money. And that's why I'm upset, because
Right.
what really attracted me to
Is that what
Borderlands
you're
1 and
supposed
2 was the story.
Well, he kind of had to, though. Because then they found out the owner,
Yeah.
Gearbox, was also skimming money off the top and not paying.
He also had a shitload of sexual allegations.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that too.
Don't forget
So,
about
yeah,
that. That's important as well.
great company.
Gotta pay to make all those extra
I wasn't
dick
out here
pics
shouting out
disappear.
Gearbox, man. In the last year, Gearbox has broken my heart. I'm not out here shouting out Gearbox. And the more like privatized shit, I don't understand that as much because I don't take the time to look it up. So that's like a bad on my end, for sure. But yeah, I didn't know.
To
some of that
me,
shit.
all of that shit,
Mm.
I don't give a fuck. Just make the game good.
Yes.
I'm not a story person either. I mean, just
with
make the
that
good.
game, I
Really?
knew the story.
Are you
was
telling me when GTA 6 comes out, you're not going to play the story?
I didn't even play story mode for
Oh
5.
my fucking god.
Dude, my
You
You want
kids,
to now? I can do the whole thing in VR now.
You should
My
actually.
my
No,
son's
this-
played
you should
all
totally
3
do that.
characters
That would be good
through the
shit.
story.
You would make some
Ryan
good
played
content
all
out of
through all 3 characters
Yeah.
through all 3
That's a good story,
storylines.
too.
Yeah.
I thought about doing
I-
the campaign for COD. too.
Sort of played. I spent more time just being an asshole in the city, blowing up stuff, and
Once you get past the
Heard
main
it's not very
level
long,
in
yeah.
the VR, because there's a
See, that would probably be the only thing. It'd be more fun if I did it in VR.
I enjoyed the shit out of the heist. But then at the time that I was playing, I had a solid crew of guys that
Oh, yeah.
Are you
played
talking
the
about
shit.
online for GTA?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I loved it.
Yeah, we had a
What level?
solid ass crew of people.
What
And I mean,
level?
at that time, we were actually.
Doomsday.
I've still got a shitload
okay.
of footage recorded of us playing too.
Final level on like GTA when we stopped playing on console, I was like 300, and this motherfucker was like 4 to 5. Her cousin was like over 1,000 without cheating.
Yeah.
What's his face?
Dr. Will.
That dude. He didn't cheat to get that either. That's what blew me away.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah,
Jim is like,
Well, we know like the GTA Online for a good fucking minute.
I mean, I don't know how to describe it.
JMO played GTA like he
Jim is
played
like one of
Apex
those
for a while.
kids that plays Fortnite and they ain't gotta go to school or nothing.
He's
And they gotta get like as you know, as high as they can.
Yeah.
Whatever game it is.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, JMO probably hits that
They,
pretty well.
this is
yeah.
the only reason he's so skinny. The dude's falling apart. Because that dude,
Don't let this make
he
you.
goes like 3 days, don't even eat or nothing. you know.
But he's like, "Oh, you're platinum in Apex." Though. Hey man, I hit
Sitting
platinum.
over there, he's like,
Yeah, I'm like,
anybody want to run an IV for me? I got a few more minutes to play.
Bring me my piss bowl, honey.
Yep.
South Park.
Mom! Papa! Ooh, that baby made a big poopy.
Dude, it was like fuck too. It was. Now JMO is for sure. If you get him in a shooter like that, he's the guy. You're like, all right, we're all gonna get carried soon. Get fucking ready. Like,
Watch his six.
See,
It's
anytime
all
I hear
this.
that shit, I think of, fuck is that cartoon, Adventure Time?
oh,
Where he's
fuck.
just running through with a sword, and
Yeah.
everything's blowing up, and the dude behind him's like,
Yeah.
oh, loot, loot,
No, it
loot,
was
loot, loot.
yeah. Yeah, Finn's going through the
Just-
dungeon.
I'm the
killing
fat
everyone.
kid in the back going,
Yeah,
loot,
go.
yeah, boy.
That's me in Apex with JMO for sure. In a heartbeat. I've got like
You
3.
need any of those? He's like, dude, I outleveled this shit months ago, and you're just like, heck it,
Yeah. It's like
Oh,
Diablo
my
3.
bags are full.
Playing Diablo with a high level person.
You gonna
God.
play 4?
Which one? Oh, the. Wait, what? One more time?
Are you gonna play 4?
It's Diablo, dude. That's some money. That's one of the ones that they might
I
just get
own
my
it.
money.
I played it for like the first 6 months after it came out. Diablo 3.
Yeah,
4 is about
great game. Yeah, I've heard about 4 as well.
I can't stand top-down games.
No.
Yeah, that always
That's one of
bothered
the ones
me.
that got me a
Like, can you always can you change the angle?
No.
Or no.
No.
Not in Diablo. That's what they're famous for. But like,
I know, but the only reason they made it like that in the first place is because the technology wasn't there to make what they really wanted to make.
well, for what got me with it, it wasn't like your like arcade straight top down.
To make it look good, you know.
They made it look better than that, and they put like a little angle. To
Yeah,
it,
because
but-
at the time you got to think about when the first Diablo came out, right? It was top, it was angled like
Yeah.
that, you know, just like what's the I can't remember. Original Sin.
Oh, Divinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Great
like that, you know, it's kind of that same
Mhm.
type of view, even on the first one. But we're talking about the days when the like, you know, Command and Conquer and shit like that.
Yeah.
So the only shooter you really had to compare to that was like fucking Duke Nukem, which looked like shit.
Well, wasn't Diablo the one that kind of made the top down pretty big? Like they were the ones that kind of anteed it up.
The
pretty
same
well?
company, I would say,
Yeah.
StarCraft. Was
Yeah.
probably different.
Hmm.
Well,
Pylons.
originally
We need more
Command and
pylons.
Conquer was.
I mean, to me, it's
was
like if
the-
you just don't, if you want to play Diablo non-top down, go for fucking Dragon Age.
no.
And even like I don't know, I'm hesitant about it. Have you guys seen some of the teasers about the new Dragon Age and shit? You guys did you guys ever fuck with Dragon Age?
I mean, before it was Dragon Age.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I remember you broke that down too. It kind of blew my
Listen
mind.
here, son. I used to play Age of Empires on the MSN Zone.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah.
Still play.
He does.
That doesn't surprise me.
No.
No, seriously, it was.
My glasses.
Fuck, it was 98. I used to play the first Age
Well, I
of
was two.
Empires
I
on
was 2 years old.
it was called the MSN Zone. Freaking old.
And then it turned into Games for Windows.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was
You guys were. That was when you were breaking down how they didn't have like game launchers. You had
That
to, like,
was the game
code.
launcher.
Yeah, you had to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Code. And
Had to have one person launch and host, and everybody hook in from there.
And was it on local
for
like LAN
It could be local
like
if
LAN
you
parties back then?
if you
You would
had
always
a,
do local.
You know
if you
how-
had a strong enough dial-up connection,
Yeah,
like
it's
right next
no.
door.
come on.
I mean,
No,
back
come
in
on.
those days.
That was a good response.
Back in those days, we used to hear about companies who got T1 line. Remember T1 line? 200 megs up and down. Fucking great. Or no, I'm sorry. Kilobits up and down. It was a full meg. It's full meg a second.
Yeah, now we're like gigabyte.
T1 lines.
yeah, like thousands.
Oh wait, still have my Windows 95 CD if anyone wants to install this fire.
Sorry about StarCraft.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
No, what the fuck were we talking about? I lost my train of thought.
Diablo
T1
top
line.
down.
I don't know. I just
Oh yeah, no.
derailed the shit
You know
out
how
of it.
games now, every once in a while, like Borderlands has held on to it, which I'm very happy with. About the LAN option
Mhm.
in the main menu.
Yeah, yeah.
every game was set.
Yeah.
Almost every single fucking game there was a LAN option. It's gone now because people, they get paid by how many people hit their servers. They go to connect online, join other people. So those companies get more money the more people are actually on the server because their investors are invested in that one server company. They're also invested in that main game company.
Yeah.
Have these whippersnappers tried balls yet?
Oh hell yeah.
Shit.
I know you have.
Yeah.
He drinks them all the time.
Yeah. I got him into them.
Got him into the balls?
Yeah.
J-Mo's deep in the
Every time I
balls.
go to fucking
Yeah.
Kroger, I'm like, hey,
Get
what do
me
you
on
want
an
for dinner?
energy drink.
Give me some balls.
Yeah, order a 30
That's
pack.
like me taking sips of
Yeah,
days
we did
ago,
a
like,
30 pack.
bunch of holes.
Free shipping?
No, it was $6.
Oh, $6. That is not bad.
But
Oh,
yeah,
it used to be.
it was gonna be.
It used to be 40.
It was.
Yeah.
It was the website, right? You got them off the website.
Yeah, it was
It
on
was
the
gonna
website.
be cheaper on the website than
Yeah,
Amazon.
it was on Amazon. It was gonna be
Well,
$40.
you know you can,
so I only paid
uh,
like $35.
You can get the cans downtown at Rock Fizz.
It's closed until the end of this month, I think. They've been
Um,
closed.
Yeah, I haven't gone downtown literally since
I'm gonna have to order some balls with that too.
I've still got emotion with this.
That was the variety pack, though. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what
it was
the
a
other
variety
ones-
pack. So I got like fucking Zero and root
He
beer and
likes
all
all
that
kinds.
shit.
Dude, their
Well, he
I haven't
hasn't
their
tried-
root
tried
beer
I
all
haven't
is
of them.
tried-
their root beer is
yeah.
good. If you like root beer and
Oh.
no,
You can try some too.
I
You
remember,
like it.
I remember getting
You like
fucked up at
fizzy
many a
shit. You'll
sifter
like
party
these.
drinking vodka
You
and
would
chili
probably get
balls.
6 dubs back to back.
He drinks fucking soda like it's going out of style.
Coffee too.
And coffee.
And you're over here complaining about Kent? Smack.
It's just that energy level.
Whatever.
I gotta have a balance of the caffeine, not too much.
Mm.
Freak-
Your
your
mental
freaking
I don't even
brain's
think
gonna
he
be
realizes
throbbing.
it anymore.
Balls.
With how much I used to drink coffee, like caffeine stuff. while
I
at
drink it
work.
on my streams now, and people are like, "What are you drinking?"
You guys should have seen how
I'm
much
like,
I
Drinking
was
"Not
beer?
beer. It's not beer."
when I ran a restaurant with 12-hour shifts 6 days a week. Fuck me.
Fuck me running.
It was a ball of energy, and then I'd come home and just crash.
Yeah.
Start the next day. 3 cups of coffee ready to go. It was like the first thing I did when I came into work.
Bring you a
was
bag
make
of
a big-
calf.
dude. Yeah, just
Black
get.
Rifle coffee, CAF coffee.
Yeah, the raw
Caffeinated
shit.
as
We would get a Red Light Roastery, and their what was what was it? I guess I probably can't say some of this stuff out loud because it's literally a privatized like order unit of coffee for a restaurant. But we would get like extra caffeine stuff because it was like we would do early day brewery
Mhm.
late night, so people would like super energized coffee and shit.
I just
Expensive on their website. $40 for a case
fuck that.
or 24 pack.
Dude, I have sworn off that much sugar too.
Yeah.
That's
I
insane.
guess it's zero.
They got the zero.
That's alright. I don't want to be stuck on one flavor. Got my G Fuel.
Yes.
Man's found what he likes.
And what's nice is like the cans of G Fuel you can buy are 300 milligrams of caffeine each can for a 16 ounce can.
They make cans of G Fuel?
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know they had cans.
Yeah.
Hell
I thought
yeah.
that shit was just all, you know,
No, it's blown up in the last like 3 years, man. Look at
freaking
Fortnite.
XQC. He
Yeah.
he don't even
He
use.
probably he just takes the powder,
Hey,
puts it in his
bro.
mouth, and ooh, switches it around real quick.
Like I just I ordered through Black Rock Coffee Company, and I just ordered. They just came out with the big 16 ounce, 300 milligram triple shot
Jesus God.
of their espresso drinks in a can. I ordered the dark mocha.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking. I put down 2 this morning when I got up.
What's that? It's
I
a
was,
small coffee joint.
By the time my daughter woke up, I was like, doop, 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 breakfast, I got this.
There's this small coffee joint that's like on the way from where we live to my work.
He's talking about
Or where I
the
used to
Java
work.
place that's right there on
You
Airport
can get
Road.
6.
Yeah, that little bitty one.
Yeah.
You can get 6 shots of espresso in a drink. So I would get 6 shots of espresso in a big mocha frappe, go into work and just murder. Like I would have a prep list of a full restaurant
The
done in 2 to
equivalent
3
of
hours.
fucking crack. Like,
Oh, not that bad.
Well, it depends on how big the body is. Putting 6 shots of espresso back, man, that shit doesn't have anywhere to go for me.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I could kamehameha after drinking that.
Full super safe.
I'm not even joking. dude.
Yeah, so that's not that bad. 24 packs, $2 though.
Go Deuces with Superman.
But I mean, you can get them cheaper.
What was
Wait,
that shit you were saying about Ninja or whatever?
Oh
There you
shit,
go.
yeah. So
You'll
you
get
know,
that one then.
supposedly most popular streamer, whatsoever. He
Yeah.
was on. I noticed him over there,
Ooh.
and he had
That's
7,000 viewers.
Dude,
How much
it's
for Ninja?
fucking gross. Though.
Underneath him was Shroud.
Yeah.
With like 28,000.
Yeah, it's Shroud.
It's like what?
It's Shroud.
Yeah.
Look at
He was the lowest.
it's because he switched to Mixer.
Mixer shut down. homie.
Mixer
No, yeah,
is
I
done
know.
thing.
No,
They
so
paid. They
he was
fucking
there,
paid him
He
out.
got banned, it switched it to Mixer, came back, but while he was on Mixer, he would literally only have like hundreds of viewers.
Well, it's because he got
Which is Mixer. There's not even hundreds of
It
people on
didn't
there.
matter.
But
he still got his like $10+ million payout.
well, yeah, but he was already
Switching over, and then he
thoroughly
got paid
invested
out.
and famous.
Well, he got paid to switch over. Then he got paid to basically because Mixer got shut down, so they
Yeah.
had to pay out his contract.
Yep.
So,
No, he's
I mean,
winning no matter
Dude
what.
made several
It's just like
$1 million.
him long term versus like
Plus, I think
someone
he's
like
getting
Doctor
paid by
Disrespect.
Fortnite.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like Doctor
Wow.
Disrespect made a switch to YouTube, and he gained. He did not lose.
Well,
We all saw that.
a lot of that had to do too with
Well, the
with
way he set him up. But
how he exited too, just
Yeah.
fucking abruptly, no
Well,
word, no.
yeah.
Has he?
No,
still
even
hasn't.
he put a video out, and he even said himself, "We still don't know why they did it."
Yeah,
And like, maybe it's true, maybe it's not. And even like watching that video, he doesn't seem like he's bullshitting like his character. He's being pretty genuine, you know. Like,
if
I
you
don't
do
know.
that for a living, you can put on a hell of
Nah,
a show.
true. Well, like, and look at the way he does his character too. Like, that makes sense. But like, when what I'm comparing it to is like Ninja made his switch to Mixer thinking it would be a game, like Mixer's about to be the next Twitch or something. While Doctor Disrespect
the
got
$10
banned.
million they offered him to switch didn't help that decision any
Oh,
either.
fuck no, I'm sure, but
I'd be like, dude, you want to watch me bury my own wife?
God.
$10 million? I love you, dear.
I mean, with someone like Ninja, they're gonna pay him just to be able to put his name into it.
Yep, that's out there in the ether now. It's owned by the internet.
He lost all his kids' audience. Like,
That's out there
he
forever.
don't play Fortnite anymore. So
No, yeah, he doesn't. I think
Yeah.
he's like, what's that?
Oh,
he's been playing Valorant.
Yeah,
and,
Valorant.
Like some other.
Okay, so if you order more balls, if you can wait
Wait
around
around
August, July, August, QuakeCon's going on, for $20 a case, not $48.
now is
Is QuakeCon gonna
that
be a thing this year? Is
Probably.
QuakeCon gonna be a thing this year?
should be. Texas is dropping their mask mandate and everything. Like, if not at the end of this month, like within the next 2 or 3
Which
weeks.
is why I bought some more AMC stuff.
Oh my god, they're spamming.
I'll explain it later.
What the fuck are you doing?
I ain't got the kind of money to be playing
I'll
stonks,
explain
homie.
Stonks.
I'm just watching.
I
She's
just
spamming
don't.
something.
Right now, we need to figure out because she wants to get off night shift and all, but with Shelby doing therapies 3 times a week,
I'll let you.
or will be doing therapies 3 times a week, we're gonna need another vehicle if she starts working days.
I've only put in
It's
about
fine.
half of
Go ahead.
it.
It's not explain.
Okay.
I don't want to explain.
Oh, is yours picking up now?
Stonks.
Nice. I don't want you to say out loud who. You just don't care about that being the stream.
Bitcoin.
Oh, okay. If it's Bitcoin, I thought it was like something else, like stock.
No.
Yeah, online currency is where it's at right now. If you want to make just a nice long-term investment, Bitcoin's pretty fucking good. I'm about to put probably 200 to 300.
Put
in that
all
shit.
my money into canned goods and shotguns.
I bought a bunch of gold and silver.
Buried it in my backyard.
Along with my wife.
Oh my god! And we're back. Really, you don't need that gold and silver for that 10 mil though, man.
No.
That's like that. There was a TikTok video, and it was this dude and his wife, and she looks at him and she goes, "Would you hit me for $1 billion?" And he goes, "Bruh, I'll buy you a new face.
I'll buy you a new face.
I'll buy you a new face, honey. You getting?" And he like does like this like a Captain Falcon charge up, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding? This dude charged this shit up." He's like, "I want to get $2 billion. I don't want to get one. I'm gonna hit this bitch $2 billion
Hit you
strong."
for $20. What are you talking about?
Damn.
I'll apologize for another 10.
I'm not gonna lie, man. They could offer me a couple $100,000 depending on who we're hitting. We'll just pay out that medical bill when we're done.
I'm gonna cheap son of a bitch. I don't
As long
need
as it's
that.
not like my grandma.
I'm happy being 100 air.
Fuck.
$100? Bet. Your game.
What's that one damn just walking around slapping the shit out of everybody?
Oh, the commercial with the dude? Yeah.
Sir, you can't. Shut up.
All I'm saying, if they were to tell me, like, hit your best friend for a meal, you better fucking get a mouthpiece, dog. We're fucking slugging. I'll give you like 10%.
Like with a bat?
Fuck no. You kill
Have
him?
you met Lucille?
Oh
Oh,
shit.
Jesus.
What
I'll
am I-
find you. It's terrible.
Cryptic,
Yeah.
you got anything to say? Topic,
Yeah,
anything?
news. Yeah, we didn't ask you what you've been up to this week. You
Just
hopped
looking at
in.
fucking stocks.
She's in stocks world, y'all. We've lost her to the stocks and cryptocurrencies.
I look like once a week.
Cryptic, yeah, that's true. Right? You didn't have nothing to do.
I was looking at that article that I put in our Discord
Yeah.
about how they have like 1,800 ATMs that accept Dogecoin now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Dogecoin's picking up a lot, man.
It's a long time.
I mean, it's good. It's not wrong.
No, I mean,
Also,
Say it's
PlayStation
picking up.
is going to be discontinuing
PlayStation
of
5.
buying and renting of movies and shows on PlayStation Network.
Yeah, I didn't pick up.
PlayStation View didn't fucking pick up.
No,
Oh my god, PlayStation View was shit.
they already had so many things they had to compete with.
I'm on PlayStation, so I don't.
It's not some console shit.
I got a PS3. We use it for Netflix.
That's pretty much what my
Hell boy.
that's what my Chrome's for.
I got a Fire Stick I use for
Oh.
Netflix.
That's that new stuff.
I think they only
That's
got
That's
that
that
right
new
now.
shit
Plus.
right
If it can't hook up with a cord, I don't.
Fuck. I like a
I mean,
physical
it plugs
connection.
into a cord.
Nope. Gotta have a cord.
If I can't see it, I don't see the connection. I don't understand. Was that what you- I can't understand something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You're telling me you can see this connection?
You can see this.
What the fuck? So you're telling me
I'm
all
not
these...
going to argue. All the
mutants?
computers in my house are hardwired.
Oh fuck! I mean, honestly, you're gonna want to.
All of mine are too. Well,
It's more consistent.
The
than
TV
mine is.
was until I switched TVs and went to a Fire Stick.
That's all I got to do. Wireless. So
Okay. Well, I've got one back to some weird military shit. Did you guys see the $1.9 trillion jet study that failed?
is that where our stimulus is at?
Awesome.
Wow.
No, our stimulus just fell on Syria the other day.
That dude, that
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
dude.
Fuck. God damn. Fuck. Put the fucking pistol shooter up, man. Shit.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Yeah, that shit was
Yeah. So
crazy.
1.9
Why'd they
trillion
do that?
dollars. They were trying to make a secret. It's
I
basically
heard we
remember how we were saying we don't know shit about China.
Oh,
So they wanted to make a
like
plane,
rivet-
an undetectable spy plane, basically,
they were
for
trying to town
$1.9
a
trillion
little
dollars.
So that bitch supposed to go invisible in the air.
Sure. Well, we failed, so we didn't do nothing. And we lost $1.9
all
trillion.
they need to do is watch Wonder
Wait, wait,
Woman.
no.
1988.
Why did they
She
Why did
had
they
it.
bomb Syria?
We bombed
I
Syria
still don't know.
because
I've no
they're
nothing.
hiding
Nukes?
folks
Al-Qaeda?
that were killing or shooting at U.S. troops just recently.
Oh,
Shit.
It's basically a bullshit reason to go drop some bombs so he can be like, hey, I drop bombs too, just like everyone else.
Where did we drop the bomb specifically this time?
Just on Syria. I didn't get past
They
that
just clicked a
slide.
button and just
Pretty
shot
much.
it at Syria, and that was it.
It's like,
I'm
hey,
that's what
I
they
got,
do now.
I
Oh
got
my
the
God,
dart,
man.
and there's a board there full of Middle Eastern countries. Let's see which one's going to get
So you're just saying Biden
up today.
Biden just like got a dartboard, Syria's on it, and then they just hit a spot and
Allegedly.
Legit.
Yeah, because we knew if Biden threw it, it didn't even hit the board. It hit the
I was gonna say,
ground
he
in front of
was
the
like
board. And then
sitting there
Kamala
picking
had
his
to get
teeth.
up there, and then
she just got up and just put it on.
Dude, she
Like,
like
right.
launched it out of her. Oh.
Whoa. Good catch.
that's what she said.
Oh.
Because he caught it. Biden caught it. His mouth.
There's a fine line we all do get.
What? bombs like Syria,
Oh God.
fucking Biden. I don't know. They might have deserved it. I don't care. Are you gonna make a resort there now?
Holy shit.
Do
Nothing
they have
is
any
safe.
beachfront property?
They've got
Probably
plenty of
now.
oil. That's why we're still there.
Is China involved?
China.
Oh, it's gonna be like an oil resort.
Oh, that's what
Is it gonna
Facebook
be the
is.
new Epstein place?
Fuck.
Gotta call up the Clintons and find out.
Fuck. It's in those emails.
Did you guys see them before the inauguration?
The Clintons?
Yeah.
No.
They
Like
look
this-
really old. They were on one of the
Bill looks like Hillary's just sucking the years out of him.
Well, I mean,
No,
theoretically, yeah, but not for real.
yeah. No, I mean, vir-
Not for real.
The more you think about that one, that was
virtual
a
reality.
that was a comment that just kind of sits well.
Fired.
No, like before the inauguration, they were on one of the Daily Show. Clippers interviewed them or
Oh,
some shit.
shit,
They
yeah.
looked like super like bad, like about to, about to fall over and shit.
Still over.
And then they went to the inauguration, and then they were good, so they finally got to eat their babies again.
Oh, they either got to eat their babies or they got on the really good drugs. Back in the DC area where all the real good drugs are for the
Politicians.
I don't think they get them there though.
But don't worry, they get about 400,000.
I mean, I don't know. You used to live there. You're the spy here, so
guys. The inside track.
I mean, your history, Canadian spy, DC.
Are we still talking about Division 2?
Let's talk about his past.
Yeah, sure. I lived in Fairfax, Virginia for like a year. Stocked at a grocery store.
Spying on
For
Virginia.
for McCain. Yeah.
Did you get him any valuable information in Virginia?
I did.
I'm waiting to see what you say.
I was just trying to create the moment.
Well, the guy who worked back in this fresh seafood department, his Asian girlfriend, her mom made super awesome spring rolls.
Fuck.
Did she shoot him?
She shoot who?
The spring rolls out of her.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Why didn't we go back to that? Why did that make that circle? That was not
I
a good
mean,
circle.
you gotta get them.
It was still in.
You gotta get them to stick.
It
and
makes
stay
the
shut
spring.
somehow.
Is that what makes them sticky rolls?
Possibly. Definitely adds a ambiance of fish.
Oh.
I mean,
And this is where we come.
So how long are we into the
You see who's steering the
if
conversation
they're
here?
I
shrimp
swear.
spring rolls.
Scrap.
Oh,
Possibly. Good stuff.
it's all downhill here. This
No,
podcast is
It's, all,
officially
it's
almost more bullshit.
always been downhill.
It can never go up.
It's always been
No.
there.
Yeah.
No, it can never go up.
Oh.
If this gets popular, it's because we pissed somebody off.
Probably. Probably.
More than likely, I pissed somebody off.
Oh. Well, we'll have another conversation piece for next week. I'll give it that.
Spring rolls?
Oh, God. Who'd we piss off?
Oh, yeah. No,
Just think about it 2 years from now. We're still doing the podcast, and it's like a goal to piss somebody famous off.
well, we're the end of the time. Unless she's got something, or are you
She still stonks.
Stonks and
Uh,
shit.
Money, 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 money.
Well, we're out then. Everybody say bye.
I guess we're ending on the spring rolls.
Enjoy Asians.